What is going on? Hope you guys are doing good today. Welcome to the stream. We are streaming the Neo Tokyo tournament on Twitch. And we're about 1 minute out from this being live. So like I said, welcome to the stream if you're tuning in. We got Daniel Marquez in the chat. Welcome in. Hasinator, yo, what's going on? Welcome in. Smash the like if you're enjoying the stream. We're literally 1 minute out, and we're going to tune right into the Twitch tournament. And yeah, it looks like there's already, let me see here, 8,000 people already tuned into the Twitch tournament on Twitch. So this is a big one. This is going to be very exciting. And I'm not going to talk too much throughout the stream. I'm going to let the I don't know if they're going to have announcers like the last time, but if they do, I'll let the announcers obviously do all the talking. If you're brand new to the stream, you're brand new to this channel, and you don't know what Neo Tokyo is a NFT project, one of the most blue chips and GRAIL type level projects next to projects like BASE and all that other stuff, right? Neo Tokyo's sole purpose is to be the metaverse builders of, obviously, the metaverse, all right? The builders of the metaverse and crypto gaming. It's like the Illuminati of crypto gaming, if you will, where there's like founders and CEOs, and even FaZe Banks joined the other day. Banks himself in his personal self. So we're gonna tune right in. Looks like Becker's live on Twitch. Let me go ahead. We'll zoom right into the stream here.
Let me give you some context on what's about to happen. So we have our S2 community, which is a bunch of people who hopped into our second part of Neo Tokyo. They're going to be competing today for their NFT items. If you're new to NFTs, you're new to Neo Tokyo, I'm basically speaking straight gibberish. You're probably very confused about what I'm talking about, and that's quite okay. What you need to understand is people today are competing for NFT prizes that on the secondary will probably sell for about ranging between $10 to $50, even $100,000. The person who ranks the highest in the tournament gets the rarest one. That's the most valuable. We'll probably go for $100,000, $150,000, something like that if we look at comparable NFT resale prices here. The loser will get the lowest valued one. It's pretty simple. So that also being said today, guys, I want to state very clearly before we get going, my name is Alex Becker. I'm the head of Neo Tokyo. If you don't know, if you do know, hello, good to see you guys. Welcome from over on YouTube. And I want to stress before we get going, look, we're here to have a good time. If you're new to NFTs, you're new to crypto and stuff like that, we're not trying to get anybody to buy any crypto here. We're not trying to get anybody to buy any NFTs. What we're simply doing is my community, which is financial advice, called Neo Tokyo, which is a network of VCs, game studio heads, influencers, people that are really interested in building the metaverse and crypto gaming. We're putting in this tournament so we can find a fun way to assign some of our members their newest NFTs. So that's basically all that's going to be going on today, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to watch some people compete and kill each other for some neat prizes. And that's all there is to it. Let me see what you guys are doing in chat. Awesome. Cool. Voluspa for the win. I still can't even pronounce that guild. So that being said, guys, I think I'm going to turn it over to announcers. I think we're ready to get going. And Sim, John, you guys want to take it?
All right, let's see here. Let's see if they...
Mr. Becca.
Yeah, pretty good. It's good to be back on the mic, I must say. I'm looking forward to this one. Haven't done a round of casting in a while since getting into NFTs myself. It's been an interesting ride. I like how Alex explained it all on what we're going to be doing today and what we're going to be showcasing. It's a different format for people to be able to picking up their prizes and to be able to continue how they basically move up the rankings within Neo Tokyo and get these different, the distribution process, should I say. It's fascinating. It's different. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, it's good to be able to get back to a game that I've pretty much been, doing since 2017 and beyond. It's when we kind of from this angle, looking at all the different aspects and stuff, when we come back to PUBG, there's with this one in particular, looking from a solos directive, it's different to what I'm normally used to, right? We're looking, when we play PUBG from a competitive standpoint, it's mainly in fours, and so on and so forth, with team-based and variations. Now we're throwing all these into solos. It's back to the olden days. It's back to when we first started this game. We first started out. You're throwing 100 players down. You've got all the guns. You've got all the weapons. You've got everything else. It's going to be a very interesting dynamic simply based on the scoring system. So you get a multitude of different scoring levels. You get, first of all, for your placement within the game, the top ranked player, the one who wins the entire match, is going to pick up 50 points. Now, the reason this is so interesting is when you look at second place, it's 9 points. That is a monumental drop-off of 41 points for second place. Like, if you can somehow win 2 of these lobbies, you are well and truly on your way to potentially winning this whole thing. Like, that is a massive, massive drop-off in points.
That's
but
right.
there is an opposing way to try and do this one. It's 3 points per frag, or 3 points for a kill, whichever way you want to kind of cut it and call it. You could potentially be able to work your way up those rankings if you wanted to on frags alone. Now, that's not going to be any easy feat by any means whatsoever, right? You need to do a hell of a lot of work to be able to get up to that top. You're looking at 16 kills to try and match that 50-point break at the top spot. So, really, if you're having a few rough games at the start, game 1 and 2, you're down in the bottom areas, yes, you're still going to be picking up some sort of points, so you're not out of range whatsoever if you're looking at 11th to 20th, 21st to 30th, and so on and so forth. You're still going to be getting a few points here and there, unless you're out of the top 50, and then, well, it's, rest in peace, brother. There's nothing else we can really do about that. But above that, you are going to be able to at least be able to keep some of those points tanked up, and if you have these rough first few games, you're going to have to press in and just go hard against the fragging.
Absolutely.
4 maps of Erangel should be interesting as well. It's something that we're well and truly known for. Hey, John.
Yeah, Erangel, it's the OG map, and we figured if we're gonna have 4 matches, let's bring it back, not to the basics, but to what many would say in the community would be the best. Sims?
Yeah, we started with Erangel, right? It's had a facelift and it's changed up over the years, but it's still the it's the one. It's his true love here within PUBG, right? Everyone knows the map, everyone knows what we started out with, and I was touching on it how we started off in solos to begin with. That's what everyone was kind of playing back in the day. I mean, hell, it was.
Yep.
Oh, it was third person. It makes me hurt saying it, John. It was third person back in the day, but then we moved to the first person perspective. But I'm excited. Like I said, that the main thing for this is there's different dynamics. Not used to casting solos. There's going to be 100 players. It's going to be absolute carnage. We have some different dynamics with the point structure and how that's all laid out. But most importantly, it's the prizes that are on the line, right? There's a hell of a lot on the line for some of these players and what they're playing for in the bigger picture of Neo Tokyo.
Yeah, that's right. And chat is already going crazy. By the way, you guys are nuts. We've got a hype train here on Twitch where I'm seeing different guilds shouted out. Here's what you guys need to do for me and Sims. Is if you're representing a guild or certain players, make sure we know about it. We've got mutant cats in the chat. This is fantastic. All right, we've got solo players, but a lot of pride as well. And so while it's just individuals, I think we're going to see a lot of group pride and an organized effort to see some of these people win.
There's more
I'm seeing the
viewers
the map
than
in
Tfue.
the back, John, and there's something that's kind of dragging out to my mind. I'm not going to just kind of talk about it at the moment, but there is a potential. General rule of thumb, every circle must touch the flight path. So wherever it starts, somewhere along that line, even if it's all the way at the very, very edge, that initial circle has to be touching that flight path. There is one specific island on this, and that's kind of all I'll say about this one.
Also on the front page of Twitch.
Very, very fiery start and a very impressive competition.
I like it. If you're just joining us, my name is John. I'm casting alongside of not Sims, the Sims, and you're here for a $250,000 PUBG tournament. People have been competing all this last weekend. There was 4,000 competitors, thousands of people playing, and it's just been whittled down to just a handful. And 4 games, solos. It's going to be back-to-back action, and you've already stated it, Sims, but for everyone just joining us, the thing that excites me the most is the ability for the giant swing, Sims. Somebody could really brick 2 games in a row, but anything is possible with this kind of format, this kind of scoring as we head in to game number 1. What do you think of this map so far?
This is what we were kind of speaking about. Starting down from south and heading up towards the north, you've got Sosnovka in play. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, we're going to get the Sosnovka Island ending, but if the circle pops over that, bam, we get the full transition from the north all the way down to the south. Everyone's in the vehicles. Everyone's going to be dip-diving down to that. You do have the bridges. There's a couple of other little bits in play with the new boats that are on there and the additions that kind of make it easier to get across. We have bigger bridges now within Erangel. It's one of the new additions to this map. The bridges are a lot wider. They have an underpass catwalk that you can use to be able to get yourself across there. But, and kind of what we spoke about, John, with it being solos and with the points being so high at the top, Sosnovka Mille is usually somewhere that you go there for carnage, you go there for hell, you go there to get kills. You've got nobody in Sosnovka Mille, but you do have people on the opposing side just off from it, and that's a shotgun early game. No ammunition. Fired. You have no body armor. You have nothing on this. The shotgun with 9 pellets, it's going to rip you in two.
That's right. We're seeing some close quarter combat early on here at the drop. This is going to be some of our only chance to see players fight this way. You see the strategy. Great shots by Biggie. And down goes Mountain. And the little love tap right there. As we're starting looting off very early. Getting a look at the map here. I've already seen 1 kill go down.
Yeah, there was no one really in transition on the opposing side of it, but the circle does hit down towards the south, so everyone will have to migrate across. Now, the bigger question we have to ask ourselves, is there possibility to camp a bridge? Can you go and secure one of those and just frag for your life as people try and transition across there? There is the option, but again, you still have to remember in your mind at all times, everyone's playing for that number 1 spot. It's okay going, you know, balls to the wall when you're looking for kills and stuff, but you're putting yourself in the firing line, you're giving yourself a precarious situation, and you've really got to weigh it up. I think for these first 2 games, playing for the win is the absolute way to do this, right? You want to try and survive until late game, keep your head down as much as possible. You're going to get frags in the end game because at the end of the day, the circle is going to push you together. There's nothing else you can really do about that. But certainly for now, like, I cannot fathom how quiet, how dead Sosnovka is. Like, this is one of our main areas that people go. It's crazy.
That's right. And you stated it earlier. People know that as a known hot drop. Everyone's playing for survival, especially round 1. Sims, I think people are trying to feel out the competition. Not everyone got a chance to play against each other yesterday, and not everyone's quite sure who's even in this lobby. They're taking their time.
That's the most difficult part, I would say, right? It's you don't really know. I'm looking at this from a competitive standpoint. This is a competitive game at heart. But from a competitive standpoint, when we're looking at how many, it's a best of 4. That's the only way to describe this. This is a best of 4. There is no practice time. There is no learning the rule sets. There is no learning who your competition is.
Well, guys, I think there's one other thing we really need to point out here that's extremely important. Who are we betting on to win?
Oof.
This is the important thing, okay? I'm over here. I'm drinking an old fashioned.
There you go.
I gotta get some sin in. All right, so who are we going to be betting on in this tournament? Who are you guys picking to win? If you pick who wins, I will give you $12.
$12.
I will buy you a pair of socks on Amazon as well.
That is amazing.
Wherever you want, any pair of socks you can find on Amazon. That is the bet.
Well, I mean, just based off of the first kill, Biggie 2. Let's go, Biggie 2 to G. I'm throwing my hat in the ring for the man who got the first pop-off kill on stream.
I'm gonna try and find the most offensive name. I need
there you go.
I'm gonna go look somewhere.
Look, I've been told Vegas is performing in this competition, so I'm gonna go with Vegas on this. He is known for being a very dirty sniper.
Well, it's very interesting because we have kind of like a Hunger's Game kind of situation where there's, you know, in Hunger Games there are some players that would be training. They were very good at it. You know, they were hunting all the other players. So some of the S2s have had a few players who are really, really good. Some of their friends come in and take their spots and play for them, so they have a better chance at winning. So some of these are some very talented players against normal people. So.
Well, and isn't that what community is all about, right? This is what we're building together.
Yeah, we're all fucking. Look, Neo Tokyo is very well bonded, but there's only one rule in these games: fuck everyone. You know.
That's right. So, That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's these NFTs are very valuable. These things, the top NFT right here will probably go for about 100K on the secondary, and give the winner big PP rights in the community. So everyone's playing to win here, and I encourage them to. You know.
Yeah,
I love the most interesting thing about this is, like, for those, and you kind of touched on it, Alex, at the start, for those who aren't necessarily rounded with NFTs or within the, you know, individual communities supporting their groups, their projects, and so on and so forth. Like, with how you are distributing these as well via these games, via these rounds, it is a different distribution strategy. But all in all, like how much these NFTs are worth, like I've had a few people say, why are these guys playing for NFTs? It's like you have no idea how big these communities and how big the scene is if you're outside of it. That's the
You can flip open the secondary on NeoToken. And again, for everybody hopping in right here, I'm sure when you hear the word NFT and crypto, you think someone's trying to get you invested in something. We're just I want to state multiple times in this tournament, we're just having a fun way to distribute our NFTs in our community. We're not trying to get anybody here to buy a $20,000, $30,000 NFT. We're not trying to do that. That being said, if you do go look at the secondary for the S1 NeoToken, I think the floor is like the lowest one you can get is like $150,000, $200,000 right now, or maybe a little bit lower.
He's like, but we're not trying to, but we kind of are.
Can be resold if you flip over to the secondary for real cash bucks. So there is financial consequences to people playing right now.
Yeah, and I love that. There are far-reaching implications for what happens, not just in each round of this tournament, but literally each moment. We saw some players go down
guys,
right
wait,
away.
I have my person. Sorry, I don't.
Okay, here it is. Where is it? Did you see it?
It's Becker's 6-pack. All right,
there you go.
A testament to my rocking ass. That's who I believe in. I got rock solid faith in this guy. So.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there you go.
This dude's butchered. There is no getting around this one.
Yep.
He actually jumped back in it.
Oh, that's great.
Look at this strategy behind the boat. Look.
Nade him, get him, fish him out, do it. It's gotta go over the boat.
Oh, just shy. Great shots there by Bibbin. It's going to take the advantage now. Just has a hair of more health. I don't know that he sees him underwater, though. Oh.
This is a pretty exciting fight right here.
I'd be shitting myself if I was on that.
He should swim underneath him and then ninja him. I don't know if they can do that.
It's hard because with one of the ways they tried to stop players from...
He's going for it.
You can't hold your breath for very long. That's the problem. And then you lose life. I think he's spotted him. That's why he's tapping away now. If he gets on the rock, though, if he can just get out of that water, he might be able to lean around and tap him. Yeah, he hasn't seen him. He's aware.
Oh, my gosh. Bibbin's just holding position there as Funk makes his way around the rock. And that right there, you can see it in the bottom right there on their own little island to themselves. We're watching just a great view of players feeling each other out. This point in the game, there's going to be a lot of long-range combat, but solos is just a different breed for competitive PUBG. We're going to see plays and strategies that you don't really get to see that often.
Well, again, the whole incentive is to get kills, because we don't want the campers. So, really, the people racking up the kills are really securing their top spots for those NFTs.
Everyone will have to begin the migration now. Circle's closing in, and we do have an absolute boatload of people towards the northern side of this. 10 to 15 players that all need, eventually, to move from the western side. The circle's edges is closing in on the bridges. This is where it's going to get really interesting. Whether or not somebody wants to try and be the bastard, to be fair, and sit on the bridge, because if they do, it's going to be very, very problem. I mean, just look at that. The entire western side, how many players are actually on there. And you do have two people just sitting by his little lighthouse, where I think it's quick math, you'll see him. They all have to cross his path. Now, whether or not he's going to have the ammunition to do it or not, it's a different question. Whether or not he's got the balls to do it, it's a different question altogether. But he could have a full wall of players just slamming that bridge and potentially farming them.
Here we go. Benny in the juice right by player. Gets shot in the back. Did not clear the room. Outer 1508 going to take that kill. And that's 3 points already towards his score. He's number 5th in kills in the lobby. So many players still to go down. It's just so funny looking at some of these engagements. The bird's eye view we have. The players, Outer Citizen making quick work of Fluke. He may have had God mode on that one. He just knew.
Laying down would suggest no armor as well. Couldn't quite check it before he died, but instantly mopped up. Few players going to be swimming across on the eastern side. I'm seeing boats also in play. If you're up by Ripper and Gamer at the moment, just by the top side, they do have a bit of work to do, but it won't hit that hard just yet. Blue still on the outside.
Becker 6-pack. I still see him there. All right.
Where is he? Let's
kind
of home in on this guy.
Who'd you guys pick again?
So, yeah, it looks like obviously the map's getting shorter. And you can see two guys crossing the bridge right there. This is solo, so they are fighting against each other. This is where things are going to get really interesting. So let's tune back in.
Oh, gosh. Well,
I can't find Biggie. Where'd Biggie go?
No socks for you, man.
Dang it.
No socks.
I want these socks. Definitely want these.
They're great socks. I'm going to get you really good socks, man. They're going to be excellent. Wear them every
Trade
night.
minis.
Don't take them off for a year.
Oh, well.
Then
that's
we'll
a challenge
resell
in
them as an
itself.
NFT.
About to say, but sell them on
We'll see
secondary.
we'll see how much we can get for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, if you're new to PUBG, this is a game of survival. You're going to have a detailed inventory of different utility, armor, and weapons. And so at this point in the game, Sims, wouldn't you say most everyone's gotten their first bout of loot? They're looking at least pretty decent. And some of these engagements are going to at least include some full kits.
I'd say there's two sides to that. One, you would hope so, because I think if you haven't... Oh, Becca Six back in the kill feed. There he is. You gotta keep an eye on him.
Oh, just like in real life, my six-pack is performing excellently.
Shotgun right down. You've got to make sure there's a two-tap. You've got to hit them both, and he does. If he'd have missed the first one...
All right, so there's 63 players left for a pretty small map. So there's going to be a lot of gun battles, as you can see here in this area here, right here. This is a lot, 61 people left. So things are going to get really action-packed. So let's tune back in.
Blue, I mean, just look at the West. You've got, what, a bank of 10 players that all need to funnel and be bottlenecked across that bridge. For some others that did come across this early, they potentially may not have their gear sets. For Becca's six-pack, that's a 2-2 that I'm seeing at least with a vehicle in the back. He does have a mobility. There is gear still in here. And I'd say with the way he's moving, he's definitely, an acceptable player.
I'm counting on this guy. He's representing.
Well, we need to get him some socks. He's rocking the barefoot right now.
Socks for you guys, man. I'm not doing so well lately. I can only afford one pair of socks. So I
Oh gosh,
this around.
I did see my guy Biggie 2 to G. Okay, he's to the northeast.
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah, I see him right
of
there.
Sosnovka. Okay, so we're still in it. We're great.
All right, good.
We are going to make it. Punk just died. That's sad to see.
Yeah.
You had to see the NFT sayings just drop
Yeah,
off left, right, and center.
Exactly. I'm gonna start putting up sock NFTs while we're making it, so I can afford to buy some new socks for six-pack. But if that guy dies, though, he's dead to me. All right, if he doesn't make it at least in the top 10 in this round.
Yeah, you don't get a second choice here. You've got to
I'm
stick
a
with
fickle
it.
asshole. All right, look, I'm not loyal. So.
Any bridge campers? Come on, someone do it. Someone be a horrible human being. Oh, no, they're too busy swimming.
Who has the most kills right now? Is there a way to check that? Do we know? I'm the worst announcer ever. I'm just sitting here like,
it won't be.
This is a neat game. Like,
well, the last we saw, an individual got a kill, and with one kill, he was in 5th place. So here we go. Rise Neo Tokyo right there. That was our #1 kill leader with 3 kills. And so we have 56 players alive. And people are still got a lot of time left to pick up some points and get some kills.
Yeah, the observers will be able to see it, so they'll be able to check in with the top fraggers now and then.
Yeah.
This
there
in
we
particular
go.
is most
OX
one with the
Villa.
Oh, he's grenaded though.
Classy gentleman, known for his excellent crouching skills. Look at those crouching skills. Look at that.
Oof, takes the nade right on the nose.
This guy is. I don't think he can make it. I can tell.
Gotta move quick.
Told you.
And Private Party, just like that, takes down our kill leader. And Davila, though, is going to be heading out of this match with at least, what is the math on that? 9 points? That's solid.
52 points by my math calculations, sir.
That's right. There you go.
Third party's in abundance here. I do feel sorry for him. He's got one in the front, one in the back. Someone on the tower. He'll still be holding the bridge side as well, so he'll be able to get across it, I think, cleanly on the opposing side. There isn't anyone there. You've still got an absolute ton of stragglers just off from the side of the map, and I'm expecting on the west just to be a bit of a cluster, to be honest. Whether or not he wants to move out of the blue or not, it's a different question from this individual player. One frag on the back, but still this horrible, horrible human being just camping everybody from behind. It's not cool, bro.
Bad behavior.
Yeah, so Sims.
So there's still 50 people alive, so it's still a lot of people left.
BR, Battle Royale. How does this differ from some of the other titles people might be familiar with? See a lot of players camping in blue. They're taking some damage, but not enough. What are people thinking right now at this point in the rotation?
I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing shotgun versus shotgun, which kind of says it all, to be fair. It's not necessarily the meta we would see normally in comp, but they want to push it. With something like this, you have to be quick and you have to be able to take these individual compounds. The shotguns, regardless of armor or not, do a ton. An absolute ton of damage. That's a decent nade and a holding back, but he'll still hold it and go for it and get the frag. Lays him dead to rights, even at 50% health.
That's great. And we've seen Bibbin actually now make his way from that boat battle in the water, and he's come a long way. We're proud of you, Bibbin.
Every time I see somebody with a sniper, I just think, please. I don't want to see none of this one-on-one action. Just give me the long-range shots, and I'll be happy all day long. So we have just crossed the 50% mark for players alive. We're down to 40.
What a loser.
You just called a pro. You just called a pro player. He's a pro player.
He's gonna come to my house and beat the shit out of me. Live on
Snakers
stream.
is gonna pop off next round. Watch. He's gonna hot drop. Ooh, Rich Connor, clean shots. Give it, takes him out. He's got 2 players to loot there.
It needs it because the blue's gonna be here. So provided you have, he's got the meds to do it. It should be okay.
You? Again, I'm kind of a PUBG noob here. All right.
It
When did the
doesn't.
Pokemon start showing up? I'm just playing. I've watched the PUBG game once. So the circle, that's going to start draining their life, right?
It will do, yes.
Yeah,
They need to get to the further you are away from the white's edge, the more damage it will do, but it increases over time, so as we go through the game, the damage, like, it'll get to one point where a couple of ticks and you're pretty much dead. So it's all about forcing people to that part. It depends which meta you want to play. Some people will just go center. If there is compounds and cover in there, get to the center, stick your neck out, and hope for the best. If you're playing edge, you're always playing the circle game where it's going to move away from you or close to you or not.
And if their health gets to 0, they die, right?
Yep.
I'm just asking stupid questions to troll at this point. Did the cars have gasoline?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Say that again, sorry? Did the cars take fuel?
We're going to refresh, make sure this comes up at 1080.
Just pass it to me. I'm open. Come on.
Sorry, commercial. We'll skip past this. Let's see. All right, there we go.
What if I was playing? Yeah. I just entered the game in God mode.
It did go awfully quiet, didn't it, at one point?
Yeah,
That's right.
that would be the controversy. Such I enter my own game using all mods and cheats.
Yeah, and just so everyone keeping track at home, 7 kills is going to be a 21-point game, which is a decent score. So even dying, not even in the top 30, you have the chance, if you pop off with kills, to get a lot of points. Ooh, Rich O'Connor taking the shots. Going to be getting... Oh!
Bye-bye. It took a bullet to the head. That man is dead, sadly. One from the top. You got 2 players directly below as well. It's not a... it wouldn't have been a bad position to be in, but sadly the circle has not been favourable to him. So he has to wander and scale down this mountainside. And he has to do it pretty damn quickly. Circle will be pushing in, and next one will start to hurt a lot. Whether he takes the leap of faith is a different question altogether. Again, his ankles aren't made of steel. It is going to hurt quite a lot. Ooh, that's a canine in the kill feed. All right, big sniper. A horrible shotgun in play. We never see the shotgun in play. We never see the DB ever come out because no one uses it.
Right next to each other.
They'll know it. They'll hear the feet. They'll hear the movement. They'll know someone's there. So, but again, this is what happens when there's 50 points up for grabs in every single game. Like, there's a lot on the line here. So I understand it. I get it.
Ooh, 9 kills. Pix 8 is not messing around. What is that, 27? 30 points?
I mean, he's going to be...
Yeah.
That in itself shows confidence to be running in a solos lobby with... You've seen the shotguns for the close combat. You've seen the ARs come out. Like, he's rocking the sniper rifle. Like, he's going for frags. He's hunting at range. So it's going to take a fair amount of skill and a fair amount of bollocks to be able to hold your own in a lobby like this with a sniper rifle, and he seems to be doing it.
Yeah, it feels like the calm before the storm here. 18 alive. We've seen the players slowly whittling down. 17 now. 20 minutes in this game 1. Blues closing in. And
Oldless, 10 kills.
If the Oldless is going to go, he's going to go for the win in this truck. He's going to go for high ground. A-Sims, he's going to try to stay alive, or is he going to play the aggressive route?
I think at the moment it's getting... I mean, look what he's done. He's dug himself, basically. He's got off the hillside, which is good. He's got 2 vehicles that he can basically use as a tank meta, quote-unquote. He'll be able to get some sort of survivability and maneuverability, but the circle for the late game, it's pretty open. Like, everyone's rocking SLRs now. DMR's exceptionally strong. We're looking through several different players here, and they're all rocking the same gun. You have the resilience of that it is a 7.6, so it's going to hit really, really hard. More importantly, it's not like a bolt-action sniper. If you take one shot, you miss it, you've kind of fluffed it, people know your position. You're going to be able to spam these players down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all rocking DMRs. Like, this is kind of the what you would expect from higher-ended players, let's say. It's interesting just because of this whole dynamic of where the map is currently. It's a very, very open and broad area. There should be a few more infrats. A belting bit of spray control to hit him in the head as well. Oof.
Yeah, Oldless knew he had the shot. He took it. Whereas you just saw Citizen kind of hesitate on the shot, playing for position. Oldless is feeling it. He's got the spray down, and he's chugging 3 kills. Wants more.
Look, my boy Vegas is in kill feed, still alive, so you better get those socks ready. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, here's my boy.
Oh,
Biggie's there as well?
If you see me suddenly get off the stream, it's me fleeing from my commitments of socks.
Oh, we saw a Snaker's reaction in chat to Mr. Becker calling him out for fall damage.
Me and Snakers, we're not friends. No.
Nice tag through the window. Picks are gonna lean it though. He does have the snipers. If he hits the shot, it'll be ballsy, but it'll do the job. Oldless needs to be careful though that he does have one individual behind him still snaking down in this small compound. He's trying to get an angle, but there's also, I didn't realize that M24 directly below. So if he does go for the hard cover on the vehicles, he's gonna have a bad day.
And these players don't know who they're firing at necessarily. So they don't know if they're firing at the kill leader or somebody who just got in here to compete for some amazing NFTs. So they're having to pick and choose their engagements. They could be firing on a pro. They could be firing on someone who just started playing the game. Oldless, though, seems to know the game. Seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah, Pisco had the drop on him. He was there for the entire time, but the spin came through. Instantly eliminated him. He'll still hold it for now, but your boy Biggie, whether or not he drops down's a different question. I'd be concerned after seeing a shot
Vegas
like
dead?
that.
Is
Vegas? No, he's there, just at the
no,
bottom.
God, oh, well, I also don't pick well. My ego served me very poorly in this game.
Look, you've got to trust your abs, right?
I gotta try.
Oh, Vegas is dead.
Oh,
well, shit.
And just like I predicted, Biggie 2 in the top 8.
So this
Seems
is
to be a newer
things
player.
are about to get really interesting
He
right
was
here.
the one that was
Close.
camping with the weird shotgun.
So we're gonna pause their audio for a second. These two guys are definitely gonna fight. They're gonna see each other, and this is where the pros are made right here. The final 8 people alive.
He has quite an open run on his hands, so it's going to be difficult. Has he just clocked the player though behind? I think he has, and he knows it.
Oh, Oldless.
Yeah, he's still aware. This is all he can do, right? He needs to finish off Biggie and then run.
Is the Warriors at the moment. So they're basically what the guilds want to have happen is the guilds have players representing them, and if the players do really well, then the guilds get prizes. So all sorts of other people are going to benefit financially if their players do well. We got a real Hunger's game kind of setup going on here. Yeah.
Oldless
But it really
out my guy.
does. It encapsulates and really expands on that community vibe, right? That's what you want to be doing.
Oh yeah. So everybody's being a greedy fuck this weekend.
I don't blame them.
Yes.
Survival of the fittest.
Six-pack. I wonder what guild he's in.
Yeah, let us know in the chat.
I'm gonna have to find him and give him a pep talk because he's misrepresenting me. All right.
There you go.
Girls will not want to talk to me anymore based on his performance. So.
Copywriting strike.
Yeah, they're gonna think my abs are floppy.
Quite get it. Goes for the second one. But... So okay, that's a response and a half to push into and get bodied like that.
Absolutely. You saw him lean up to it. Citizen definitely had his moment there, but Lom1K took advantage of that flash, pivoted towards him. Looked like he kind of juked his step to the right. He's coming out on top in the top 4.
Who do we? Are any of your guys left? No, none of our people are left.
At least it makes us all square, right? We can go again next round.
Yep.
Another crack at the way.
I live again. Putting the debit card away.
The socks will save.
No, the socks. No, none for you.
Scenario. One of them spotted down towards the bottom side, puts him up against the white. Could be problematic. I can't quite see. I don't think he's outside of the zone, but all the smoke's coming down, so the panic is about to ensure, but it doesn't matter because a nuke removes him from play. But this should be the time for the opposing one, which I believe is Touter, to make some sort of a pressure push into this.
Right. Yeah, and in the hands of anyone else, that's a frag grenade. In the hands of Slavic, like you said, that is a nuclear weapon. Golly. Real live. Outers taking these shots. They must see each other.
They're flirting. Playing footsie.
Outers going to make the rotation. He at least knows where one of the other players is. I don't think he knows where Oldless is. Oldless has been on a tear. He's got a rotation. If I'm picking somebody to come out in the first place, it's him. Outer's going to take the time. Get some health up.
Oldless has given himself a lot of space. That's the good thing. He now just needs these two to fight. If those two fight, it gives him an opportunity to use the sounds of what's going on, dictate where they're going to be, and to move into a better position. Now, from Touter, who's currently on stream, this is probably an unexpected maneuver. However, for Oldless, look at this. He's checking it already. He's having a look to make sure that the back sweep doesn't come through.
Yeah, and he likes having that rock and the tree.
He's got the vehicle as well. Just notice that he's still got the vehicle. You probably won't do it because then if you get into it now, you give away your position instantly. But he at least does have that, and somewhere as a fall backup plan if he had to. But he really wants these two to engage first. If these two engage, he gets the map position and he gets the knowledge of where they are located.
Well, it's even worse. Oldless is playing for somebody, and if he loses here, there's rumors he's going to get beat and have his food restricted for a week and be locked in a refrigerator. So we really don't want that to happen. These S1 owners, they're assholes. So
yeah, and that might explain why he's playing so furiously.
Oldless is terrified right now. He's shaking in his boots. That refrigerator, he's just been let out.
There's quite a lot on the line for him.
He's not bothered about the players in the game. It's the ones outside
he's just been in the refrigerator eating ham, just drinking Red Bulls and ham. That's his only diet he's been allowed all week. The diet of champions.
Well, it's working. He's #1 in damage in the lobby, #3 on kills, poised to take the first spot here. But these players, they have a lot of time. How many in minutes? Sims, how much are we looking at here? They got 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
I mean, while Circle's pushing until it hits the next white, you're looking at 20 seconds here. And there's two. Oldless is actually the one in.
I would have died already.
Playing on the outskirts, which is what you would do. You would naturally just let the blue push you at this point. Make sure no snakes are just kind of chilling in the backside. Keep them at arm's length. And I have to assume that Touter has some. In fact, he's looking at that tree, which suggests that he doesn't. Slavic definitely does note the position. Oldless, while I was talking about map presence and map awareness, he is on the defilade of a hillside. He doesn't have vision on what's going on, really. Maybe on his left-hand side he can look to that, but he does have limited knowledge of what's on his right-hand side, which is now why he's forced to go to the peak of this kind of hill, so he can get some sort of knowledge. But he doesn't want to go overzealous and overstep his boundaries, because if he does that, then he gives away the info to Slavic. If Slavic doesn't know, and he keeps himself secluded from it, then he'll be able to get the surprise. It's going to be the domino effect. When two of these engage, the third one will come in, and it'll just be a bit of a cluster between all three of them.
Oof, Oldless could have... He saw it. I don't know if he noticed it, though. Touter, we were able to look, because we were able to see just a little bit of head movement there. And this is different with solos, right? If you've got a team around you, you're able to set up some tactics, maybe set up a distraction angle, play more aggressively. But when it's just you, you've got to take your time, because anyone could be at your back, anyone could be at your flank. Certainly playing like some lone wolves.
Well, that's it. When you're in the team-based game, you're playing the numbers game. You have numbers advantage that you can work off of.
Oldless is going for it.
Here it goes.
No, he's not. I'm a terrible announcer.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, you are right. He's coming
up. I got it. Nailed it. No!
Oh, Touter
Back to
playing
the
the waiting game, laying prone. People may have called him a camper, but he just took out the most cracked player that we got to observe so far in game number 1. Slavic versus Tauter.
Oldest is being beaten as we speak, being locked in the fridge. Back to the ham.
Tauter's trying to spot him out here, throwing some tactical nades, looking for him, and he might just get a taste of his own medicine. Slavic seeing Tauter pop up ahead. Tauter, oh man, Tauter takes the game. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Took him down at the end. Tauter playing it like a champ. 2 of them back to back. Takes the circle, and most importantly, takes the 50 points and the 1262-point game for Tauter.
That is
Becker
a great
six-pack
start.
did horribly. What a dweeb. I picked
Do we
him
get
and-
another?
him
Do we
and
get to refresh
Stacker.
ours, or do we
Snackers.
do we
Look
kind
at
of do we have to
Snackers.
stick with them now?
Snackers didn't even get a kill. He tripped and fell, broke his ankles, got taken down by a very, very, very mean,
Benny and the Jits, man. What the heck, dude?
just a little dip. Didn't even get a kill. I'm just gonna make fun of this guy the entire game. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
those
my
first
target.
2 kills there in the replay, definitely nodding to the fact that we've got some new players. They're playing a little campy. That's okay because the players who are playing aggressive ended up really taking it. And love to see these replays. Yeah, Rich Connor, there's a great kill on a fully prone player. Oldless here, the beginning of his kind of dominant streak. I'm honestly surprised that Oldless wasn't able to walk away with the dub.
Yeah, it was. I suppose maybe you don't really know what vision he had. Well, clearly he didn't have any. We said from staying back on
Dang,
that death blade
dude.
side of the hill, we made note of it that he had limited vision compared to the other 2. I mean, look at this. He just walked into a snake in the grass. Wham bam. Thank you very much. Bye bye. And Tauter just continues to rack him up, and that's a GG. That's a win on the board for him.
Right.
So again, points wise, 4 frags plus the win. That's gonna, if my maths is correct, and I'm not a mathematician, I'm pretty bad at it, but it should be 62 points for game number 1. If you are supporting Tauter, whatever kind of clan and guild he's playing for in the back, that is a huge, huge start to this event.
Huge. And Tauter definitely didn't have first shot. It's like the old Star Wars argument. Who shot first? Slavic had the advantage, in my opinion. He was able to take the first shot, missed, and Tauter was able to answer. And he went from being, honestly, just on his back foot, laying prone, holding on to a blade of grass, to taking number 1. That's a great plays out of Tauter.
It is indeed. I think we could be going to a break now.
Yeah, keep staying tuned because this is just the match number 1. They're going to take an intermission here, so make sure you're staying tuned in. Yep, as you can see there, they'll be back in 5 minutes. So for me, I'm just going to maybe go make a coffee, and we will also intermission as well here. But I'm going to switch back to the main screen here and let you guys do your thing too. But thank you for tuning into the stream. Make sure you hit the sub and bell notification. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, you don't know what Neo Tokyo is. It is a NFT project that its sole mission is to build the metaverse and crypto gaming and be the dominant force in the entire ecosystem when it comes to crypto gaming, obviously attract big time gamers, big time metaverse builders, and big time CEOs and founders. And yeah, for those of you guys that are asking, I do own a Neo Tokyo Citizen, and I have the season or S1 Citizen, one of the main NFTs, the Genesis NFTs of Neo Tokyo. But yeah, so they'll be back here in less than 4 minutes, and so will I. So with that being said, I will go to intermission as well. We are, looks like we are back. Well deserved, yeah. Guy got shut up in the face.
And we're back. Thank you guys for joining us on this amazing Solos PUBG $250,000 NFT community tournament. Sims, this is
excitement. Sorry.
This is so much. Yes,
Oh
Mr.
my
Becker, sir.
goodness.
There is
We
a
love it.
lot to take in. There is an awful lot to take in. There's a lot
This
going
is
on.
silly as shit.
I mean, that's the whole
What are we
point,
doing
right?
with
It's
our
all
lives?
about having fun. There's
Yes.
there's a shitload on the line, but having fun while doing it, you can't beat it. That's what we're here for, right?
Doesn't matter
Yeah,
if
that's
you win
right.
or lose, it's how you play the game.
It's how you play the game. Unless you're supporting a guild and you just got a lot of
But
hate on you
Snackers
because
doesn't feel that way. After getting taken out by a small hill and scoring 0 points, I really hope for his relationship, if he's in one, that he does better this game, because I don't think his lady's going to stick around after that pitiful performance.
yeah.
Well, bringing the
I mean,
pros
small
in just to
hills
get
are pretty
completely
threatening.
Well,
Small
that's a
hills
unique
are very
thing.
dangerous in PUBG. I mean, you can't see them coming. They're very subtle. So I don't know.
That's
they
a unique
sneak up on
thing.
you. Yeah.
Before we head over to the leaderboard, we just want to welcome everyone who's just clicking in, just joining us. We are heading into round 2 in just a little bit of 4 of a Solos $250,000 PUBG tournament. And my favorite thing about this is the mix of professional talent, brand new to the game, all of them vying for some amazing prizes. And I don't know where else, Sims, you get to hear the tournament organizer get to talk smack to a pro. I love it, by the way.
He's gonna come and beat me up. You're gonna hear like a breaking window in my background. Like, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That hill wasn't your fault. You couldn't have done anything.
Give me the citizen. Give me the citizen.
So, like, real quick, just wanted to point out, like, it's on the front here. As you can see there, they're showing the leaderboard, 81 points. Touter, leading big time, private party. There's some of that. And then obviously over 17K people, way more than TView. Absolutely insane. All right, back to it.
And this is why winning this is so vital, and being able to get at the top, why there is so much, reliant on being that #1 spot. But in flip reverse of that, it could go completely bad for Touter in the next match. He could go out in bottom 50, bottom 100, whatever. And then there's a chance opens up for other people to take the top spot. But for anyone else who doesn't get up there, as long as they can at least consistently be around the top 15, top 20, and then start to really drive home these frags. You were speaking about yourself, Alex. Like, there is a secondary dynamic where if you're good at killing and hunting, then there is an opportunity to just let rip on these next few matches and work your way up those leaderboards.
Yeah, and the top 10 NFTs are all very, very valuable. So, I mean, like, it's really in your best interest, even if you don't have a shot at winning the entire thing, to just get in that top 20, top 25.
That's right. And hey,
remind me a little bit, how does it work with the guild system then? You were speaking about that as like you're playing for a team, so to speak. Give me a bit more information on that.
Let me lay out the confusing shit show that is our community setup, okay? It's actually very well organized, but it seems like a PhD math system to people looking outside. So basically, all of our original minters, they form guilds of 200 people each. There's 2,000 of them, 10 guilds, okay? Each of those people has a team in the guild, or each of those people has their own team of 2 S2s, so the second minters, okay? And so all those teams, those S2s right there, the scores that they make, that determines the ranking of the teams, and then the total ranking or average of all the teams in the guild makes the power of the guild. Okay, so for example, I believe a guy named Vidar in our group, it might not be him, but I'm just going to speak nonsense. His player just won, so his team's on top right now, thus his guild is on top right now, Beluspa. So basically, yes, and then the guilds that have the highest point value at the end of this, they get chip NFTs, which I'm not going to tell you what they do, but they're pretty cool. It will make their NFTs much more valuable, and they'll get something really neat from that. So the guilds definitely want their players to win and to have the highest average ranking possible. And so whatever guild Touter is in,
pay that man.
They're happy. Yeah.
Pay that man. Pay that man. Well, here, as alluded, a slight adjustment to the points there. Nothing that really was too drastic in terms of the placement, but Touter leading with 62 points. Right now seems like he is galaxies away from everyone else, but if we just roll back, Sims, to the last few moments there, he was a couple clicks, a couple of missed shots away from coming in third place. And so for any of the players, anyone supporting a player, there's still such an opportunity to see a huge swing.
It's a little bit harder to suggest this next scenario now because you don't know exactly, and this is what happens in I would say higher level team play, right? When you get someone who's pulling away from the pack so vastly, you're going to be watching for those now in the kill feed. They are going to have a massive red X on their back. If you see him in the kill feed, regardless of whether you're going for kills or not, if you can knock out the kill leader, if you can knock out the point leader early, you open it up for yourself, for not only yourself, but for the rest of the map as well, and the rest of all the different players. So, I'm not suggesting any cohesion or anything like that within these, but if you see him in the kill feed, getting a hold of him and killing him early, it will benefit you. Even if it puts yourself in a bit of a difficult position, and you have to weigh up those odds, right? What am I in now? Is it going to be a shit show towards the late game? Am I in a decent position now to take advantage of where I am? There's a lot of thought process that goes on here, but certainly finding him and killing him early will now remove him from that top spot and open up game number 2.
Yeah, and these 96 players you guys see dropping into the map are the top players from yesterday's qualifying matches, where several thousand players were competing in PUBG to play today. And so we're coming at you guys in the middle of a narrative. Some of these players were able to match up against each other in other lobbies, and some of them are just for the very first time picking up with a pro. Snakers making a statement early on. Ether Viking, you're out of here. Snakers died from fall damage last round, but he's already starting off strong.
Yeah, but you even heard it. You heard his character make a bit of a whelp. He jumped off the building, hit the deck, and just sprayed down the player below him. So it's a bit of a risky one if that player had been looking out the window. What? Crypto Vamic has just been run over. Becca's six-pack's died from fall damage. Just putting that out there.
Becca's six-pack.
Becca's six-pack has died early from fall.
This is so scripted.
Your abs are not holding us up here, Becca. There's problems.
I'm in the same league as Snackers now.
Watch Becker's six-pack actually be Becker.
What a dweeb. I am...
We've heard so much about these six-packs, and they're just not living up to standard.
That's right. You see Riz Neo taking those shots long range just on the chance he hits a head dink, off the chance that he gets a free easy kill. But he's going to just take his time looting. Early on in the game, players are looking for guns, ammunition, armor, accessories, all the above. And we're seeing some early action, more so I would say than last game, as we fly over last game's #1 player. Outer's hurting. You
have to remember, you've now kind of laid the lay of the land, so to speak. People understand what this lobby's going to be like. It's going to be cutthroat. The one similarity is the circle's the same. We're over on Sosnovka again. We're all the way down south, so anyone who's Stalber and above all the way north side of the map, they are completely buggered. They are going to have to monitor their time, get their gear as fast as humanly possible. Odless is just chilling to see if he can bait out any shots and see if anyone's around there, but we do have Roth on the opposing side. Now, if that's the Roth I'm thinking of, this is also another pro player, so we shouldn't really count him out just yet. DB in hand, ready for close combat. UMP in the other, not the greatest weapon to be going toe-to-toe, but he is 2-2'd up. Odless, I think, has spotted him.
That's right, taking his time as he approaches the gas station, looking, doesn't know quite where in the area he is. Odless, of course, one of our top players from last game. Ashamed for him if he went out early on, especially if that's the Roth that you could be thinking of.
There is potential if he swings over it. He's got guns now, which is good. You saw him instantly switch out both the DB and the UMP. AKM in hand, 7.62 fully auto, gonna hurt. It gives a bit more of a kick on it. So it's not the easiest gun in the world to control compared to like a 5.5 green, but still. Sweeping around the corner. We take a quick look at that fight again, please, observers, because that one could. Odless was one of our top performing players in the latter round. Iron sight. Great
shot. Follow up. He's done. Wow. Roth. It seems he had no awareness of Odless. We couldn't really tell there. Odless definitely got the jump, got the better of him.
And that's a free bag of loot. That's a good clean area. There is Keylogger just wandering through over the bridge. Has to be really careful with that one. Outer Citizen straight onto Sick Daddy Kane. He's dead and gone. 2 players in the little whites over here. Kind of a problem. Whether they noted each other's presence is a different question altogether, but they're just outside of the whites, so not far to go once they come off of this. If that's the page I knew, this is one of the Finnish players, one of the best players arguably in the world. Did very, very well the recent World Championship. So he spelled it the same way he would normally spell it, with a 3. So if this is page, that is the Finnish pro page, he is a effing god at this game, and a very dangerous one. 2 testicles could be in a heap of trouble going up against him, not only because of his individual skill, but also because of the UMP. It's not the best gun in the world. It's not going to do the most damage.
And he seems to at least have some awareness of player activity around him. Crouching in the middle of a building, seeing kill feeds go out. A little bit more active of a lobby. We predicted it coming into it. Just in case anyone at home is wondering, similar to a competitive PUBG tournament, we are running on a delay. So these players are not making use of this stream to capitalize on that. We're running on a delay so that we can preserve the integrity. Towder here taking some wild shots. What's the strategy in the spray there? I feel like you're just giving away your position, using up a lot of ammo.
He's camping for frags. You remember he's in the lead now, so he's camping for frags. If he can take out players, it's an easy 3 3 points for Pop. Didn't get it. That's a different kill feed. I was going to lose my mind then if he managed to do it. It does twofold as well, right? It alerts people on the opposing side that the bridge is hot. And if they're all being pussies and want to camp this one down and not engage in combat, you're not going to run that bridge now. You know it's loud. You know it's hot. Oldless still continue to look for blood. He's already got one on the side, so trying to follow it up with a second one, but he does have an enemy below him. Puts him in a bit of a predicament when you've got one in the bunkers on the opposing side as well. Wait a minute. Look at that in the kill feed. Away key. That's 2 headshots back-to-back with a sniper rifle. Like, I have no idea what just happened. That was 1-2, thank you. That is 6 points with 2 bullets, 2 headshots. So I'm wondering if that was a third party or just a very, very, very quick scope. I don't know if we can take a look and check in at his position to see what he just did there, but he's just on the shoreline. He's in the water now, so he must be swimming across, but that is a fantastic to do something like that, even from a kill feed perspective, it does take a lot of skill.
We're seeing Rich Connor, one of the top players from round number 1, in a vehicle about to collide with, it looks like 4, almost 5 players just south of Pochinki, out there in the open. Be interested to see if the players decide to engage on this. Rich Connor seems to have left his vehicle, looking around. Take some shots. 38 on Nuldeo. Oof, these little cheeky skirmishes.
Apparently the chat's absolutely raging that we're calling him Touter. It's NT Outer, which is fine. We'll roll with Outer. We'll go with that. That's not a problem. Hey, look, it's all for fun. We make these mistakes now and again, and it's a whole bundle of different players, and we're trying to learn through them and get through them. Oldless is dead. We will make note of that. It's one of our top-performing players from the latter round. Chris takes him out. Vegas also in the kill feed. Again, keep note of that western bridge. Keep a track of it. There is a boatload of players that are starting to cluster together, and it could be very, very problematic.
That's right. Also down there near that bridge is the potential of Paige, the Finnish pro, sitting there, possibly to catch players on rotation as they move to that choke point. A little bit of a naval battle again here. Looks like Spaceman is just out of a vehicle swimming.
Oh, he's hit him in the head. You've got to come up. You've got to come up for breath. It's not the... Oh, no, he died in the water.
That's right. Reminding everyone that PUBG is a survival game. There are rules that apply. Rules of gravity, rules of oxygen. And you've got to be smarter than to swim in open water.
Rich Connor dead. IT4I spots him. That's the mini going to work. Another one will leave us. Takes us down to 69 players. Nice. Mini and a shot.
This is great.
Interesting.
Oh, 69 players. Nice.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
This is great. We're seeing faster kills in the second round, and we've already seen 2 confirmed players in our top 5 go out very early, which means that we don't even know who the top players are in these lobbies. Players can make their own luck. There's still lots of time for them to grab these players. As Bibbin, a player that we did see last game, taking some shots, not going to be able to finish.
Well, the issue is the scope. He's trying to hit him at range with a holographic. Now, it's not the worst scope in the world, but it's not to be used at range with a DMR. So now the player that he was going for, which I believe said Goats, I'm looking at distance. Oh, never mind, he's dead anyway. It's he's gone. Goat has gone. Mountain sees him from the building on the opposing side. Gives the information back that they do have a player lurking. That circle is absolutely god-awful. It keeps 50% water
there's
in.
that bridge.
It forces everybody into the melee. This could be interesting. The bridge battle is about to begin. There is a load of players here, and there's 2 at the other end. They're going to be waiting to try and take these out. Does he... They're not shooting one another. Okay, I was expecting him to do the car lean around, but he's probably more concerned about the ones at the end of it here. Paige is there.
Paige.
Leans out. There's the first one. Little bit of damage done. Second one. Kills him.
JJ, bang, bang, down. Jang. Oh. Paige makes good use of that choke point there, just as you predicted.
There's more coming, though. Now that they've heard that noise, he has to be very aware, so he'll probably back away from this one. Vegas, on the other hand, just down in the open areas, looking to try and capitalize just on the outskirts of... He's within Sosnovka itself. You can... Excuse me, it's just outside of the melee itself. The runway just on his mini-map above him. He'll play these containers and You know, he's pretty square. The center of the circle here, which is good for him. It gives him an upper hand for this next circle, should it push in and be on his side. Still, with the amount of water that's in play, there is a limited amount to support 61 players.
Mr. Becker, sir, you're getting a lot of questions about your ab routine in chat. Just you might have to do a tutorial or something. You're getting a lot of questions.
Every morning I wake up and eat 52 oranges. That's step one. At all times, I have one of those electric shocky things on. Okay, and it's actually extremely painful being me, but I'm such a man that I no longer even feel it. That's really all it comes down to.
No pain, no gain.
After this tournament, I'm going to grab snackers or stackers of whatever his name is right there. And I got to take one on my shoulder and help him strengthen up. All right. Because kids getting killed by hills and shit, you know?
Snackers.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Snackers confirmed.
Mm-hmm. A lot of ham. Okay. A lot of ham too. Oldless, for example. Really, that's why he's doing so well. He's popped up on ham and Red Bull right now. And that's also the secret. I bet Oldless has great abs.
There you go.
He's dead at the moment.
Great
so abs.
Yeah. What?
He's dead. He died earlier on. Poor bugger.
Did he get killed?
Yeah. He was playing the hot hand and he overplayed.
Bad abs. If he had worked out today, instead of being locked in the refrigerator, if Vidor hadn't locked him in the refrigerator and beat him so savagely before this tournament, he probably would have been able to get in an ab routine.
Oh, Miller, Stan. Mountain and Miller are in the exact same building. I don't know.
That's awful. I'm actually offended by seeing someone lay down on the floor watching a door. This hurts me. Horrible human being.
Oh, he sees him. Oh, Mountain. Mountain was sleeping. Gives Miller all that he needs to punish him. Oh, you love to see the rats trapped. I can't believe Mountain had taken such a firm camping position and missed his moment. What are you doing?
That's how you take out rats. Flashbang and a shotgun.
We actually have a very large community of rats in Neo Tokyo. It's an odd thing.
Oh,
dang,
no, seriously. It starts so like we have this big giant channel. We started up, and then we have like this free channel for like pieces of shit who aren't in Neo Tokyo and like outside. And from the ruins of that, these people founded this rat community. It has a rat king and everything, and it's like this little weird offshoot of savages that just formed in our Discord, and it's just there. It's very odd.
The others, so to speak.
Yeah, the others.
So that was crazy. That he got dinked right in the head. Yeah, the waters are not safe, man. They leave a water trail. But that camp was insane. Threw a grenade, flash banged him, freaking smoked him with a shotty. That's why you don't camp in PUBG against the shotgun, at least.
You just shit out of luck. There's nothing else you can really do about it. I mean, you've got the boats. I don't see anyone in the water at the moment, bar the one boat which will be hitting the shoreline any second. But there are two players down there, including NT Outer. I said it right this time. Don't give me
There you
go. He's down there on the cliff side, so able to watch over the ferry port. But you are now coming to a stage where it's like, pick your poison. Which side do you want to be? Are you inside Millie? Are you going to play Millie and hope for the Millie player? Or are you outside? I think the ones at the moment where Vegas was previously, he knows. He knows. The gamer knows that someone's lurking upstairs. The smoke could go through the window, and it would do two things. It will occlude his vision, but also occlude his sound. But that's someone else. That's a shot from a different place altogether. A good nade for now. We'll give him a little bit of time. The molly will fall back to push. Mr. 3T Gamer back. But it shows you kind of what we're pressing in here with the three-way. You try and take on one, and instantly, and that's the problem with playing the blue. Sadly, even a little bit of damage, you win the fight, but ultimately the blue finishes you off.
And that's a swing of 3 points, at least in Zach's direction. And giving up no points to an opponent. I guess if you had to go down, you're caught way in blue. That's the way you'd want it. Earlier, as you were talking, we saw NT Outer with another kill in the kill feed. Our number one player sitting on 62 points. He's not slowing down.
Slight calm before the storm. Page in the kill feed. Still picking up frags, and the three-way that we spoke about earlier on for that one compound, it's a solid compound
Vegas
for
is
now.
still there. Snackers, he's lurking by cliffs. That's not a good place for him to be. Those things, he's taking a lot of chances down there.
Yeah, you saw the Page 3 is up in the top left corner, and then of course your bottom NT outer is in the very bottom and camped out in the bottom part of the map. So it's going to be interesting to see those two. I think NT outer's got a better position on the map, so let's go ahead and tune back in.
Could get clapped himself. Hard to see if Snipe Gunner knows he's there.
He's got the DMR, so he's at least got, we can keep just tanking bullets if he does miss the first one, but the Snipe Gunner does have the M24, so if he turns on him and just hits him in the head and domes him, he's a dead man, sadly. Wooly holding the edge, but not looking towards the blue. Wooly, you've got to be facing this way, my man. If you get inside that vehicle, it could be probably... He hasn't noticed him. Oh, he's just wandering in the... I can't believe he's got no health whatsoever. To be able to do that is... that's lackluster on Wooly's side. He should have been watching the blue. Like, this man had barely any life, and he was still allowed to have his own way with him. That's... I should have checked that corner.
Absolutely. If you're going to be taking that strategy of watching people coming out of blue, you've got to actually... get the people coming out of blue. Snipe Gunner actually sees Pixa. Pixa's maybe going to regret taking as much time as he has. Snipe Gunner playing pretty confidently, trying to hit those shots, lining up with his namesake. I don't know how long they're going to take this battle in the open for fear of third partying, but we might see a little 1v1 here.
Well, that's the thing. He's just got to apply the pressure, and the M24, it's a deadly weapon, and it's also a scary weapon when it's aiming your way. All he needs is one headshot, and it's GG, and that's exactly why Pixa's trying to move. Has to be aware of people coming from the flank from behind. It's not even necessarily a flank, it's just an entry point in at this point towards this circle. First sacrifice gets away with his life inside the vehicle. Initial damage will be done to Snipe Gunner. Now he has to hit the meds. Any nades come rolling down this hill, it's problematic. Pixa's got to go for the run. The nades out, it might just fall short, but the shot's in the back that's already been done to Snipe Gunner. Smokes will go down because he needs to heal, but the nades are already going to be floating his way. One under the vehicle, and he's going to be saying goodbye. Second one's close. Does it hit the vehicle? Oof. It gets him. And it doesn't actually, the nade doesn't kill him. It pushes the vehicle on top of him, and the vehicle splatters him.
Pixa... probably in a worst-case scenario here, as he's attracted Paige, who's been one of the stronger players in this lobby, gets nothing out of that engagement, used a lot. Of course, he's going to get some loot off of his opponent, but I can't believe it just nudged the car right onto his head.
That nade was OG move right there.
It's got to be devastating. Getting killed by your own vehicle. Oof. Not even driving it or moving it either.
But I don't know I don't know who's more mad, Pixa or Snipe Gun. Pixa gets nothing either. I guess he's still alive. That's what he gets.
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting about that. Obviously, don't get the 3, but the car gets the 3 points.
Yeah, is the car on the leaderboard? Can the car get an NFT?
That's a fair whack of damage done from Paige, but he does have a player pulling up behind him. Paige is in a very, very difficult and precarious position here with Biggie, your boy Biggie, just behind him.
My boy Biggie.
There's nowhere to move as well. Look at the flames all around him. 2 mollies. Third one will go down. 4. How many? What has this boy been doing in his garage? Just cooking up mollies to keep him back at bay here? Oof. And more importantly, he can hold the line against these 2 players. Ragnar, I think it's Ragnar, is just behind him, so he can't make too much noise.
Oh, but he goes down to blue.
Nowhere to move, sadly.
Paige having to take some wild shots. He doesn't have time. Sitting in blue. Going to be missing. Pixa has nothing to lose and everything to gain here. About to go down. Can he hit the shots? Is he going to get the kill feed? And again, Pixa gets robbed.
He stood in fire.
And he's on fire. Oh.
Oof.
He's got the meds to survive.
So Paige should have played probably more aggressive, in my opinion. It was good. That was a tough battle. 1 player behind you, 1 player in front. I mean, not many people would have survived that, but probably should have played a little bit more aggressive, and I think he would have survived because he had the drop on him. So,
and then you have this ban down towards the south from Snickers, who's POV watching now. That's a damn good shot.
Just dinking the guy.
It forces the player to move because the blue's on his back. He has to get the quick heal and then have to expose himself as well. Meanwhile, over by the runway, Citizen does go down, and FF8 will continue to hold the military side, but Ragnar will have to go his way. Ragnar's been just quite passive and quite quiet, but eventually Ape's position will become noted.
Yeah, and Hisaka was able to answer to Snakers. Hitting those shots now. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a third party. Matt Hall from where? Must have been, wow, far away. Matt now in position to not only take out Snakers, but also to get Hisoka. Not looking good for Hisoka.
He's got to move. One good nade over the top, though. It could just force him out into the open, but the Blue's going to... Oh, that's not
Stolen.
him. That's an SLR from a different position.
Hanabi is third partying the third party. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Now Matt is right back in the horrible position he had put other people in. Ragnar taking over there. Wow, we're seeing some quite interesting free for all dynamics.
Is Snacker's still in the game? That's what I'm interested in at this point in time. I took a break for a second. Is he in? Or is he out?
He's very sadly just died. You've just missed the death.
Oh, what got him this time? Was it like a beaver or something? maybe a small child came and beat him up. No. Oh,
No, it was a gunplay.
It was.
It was a gun, in fact.
He got taken out by a squirrel this time. He's a very fragile guy.
Well, guys, come to play an NFT tournament and just get abused on stream.
He needs to drink some protein powder and get it in the gym.
Hanabi going to be finishing that engagement on Matt Hall. Hanabi really the king of the third party there. We saw a 4-way third party. Hanabi walking away with 2 kills. We also just saw what's happening so often, Sims, in this round is players losing out on points due to cars, due to blue. And we saw Miller there take that jump aggressive.
So this is very interesting. You got players on each corner. Vegasu is going to have a big disadvantage being in the middle right there. But the rest of these players on the outside of the map, outside of the circle, they're going to, I mean, it's going to be, one-on-one gun battles and a little bit of third party. So I don't know. Vegasu not in a good position unless he can squat down and hide in camp.
Cool. I think they're both playing. All right, one of them is playing the new broken terrain. The other one is actually kind of in a parallel situation, a very similar situation for both of these players. And unless they have the vehicle again, they will have to move. There's a vehicle in the middle of it. I mean, that's a big bag of bait. If I've ever seen one, depending whether it has vehicles, is a different question altogether. They've noted each other's presence. Ragnar, by the way, who's also another professional player, passive in the back, has made his way to this point. Just be aware of him to mop up all these kills on the side. But the problem for Ragnar is across the road from him is Pixar. Thank you very much, observers. Absolutely on time. Pixar uses the vehicle to get a slight elevation onto Ragnar, disposes of him, and now he can try and take control of this side. He'll take Ragnar's position, take his body box, move forward, and maybe just try and hold off Boss of Money and Silly Mode.
Great shots by Boss, pushing Silly back, able to cross that open terrain. You just saw Pixa in about his, Sims, what do you say, 8th fight, but he finally got his 2nd kill. Pixa's been just really popping off and has just now been able to secure his 2nd kill. We also saw a little bit ago Vegas taking a more central position in the map, and I think that's because there's a building he's able to occupy.
Yeah, the containers, he's been there for quite some time, right? He took this position early game, and it's absolutely paying dividends now towards the late game. He's got 360 cover. It is going to be an issue if people start to enclose on his territory. He'll have to take single fights, and depending where they are, which side of the map, northeast, southwest, he'll have to individually select those players and take those battles one-on-one. Gives an easy time for someone to try and creep up behind him and get involved within his little compound. Picks up, like what you noted though, a lot of battles staying very mobile, but with a fresh crate, that is level 3 gear. Chest, helmet, didn't see if a gun was also picked up. But right now, survivability is well and truly going to be on his side with that additional box that he's got. Getting that loot at this stage of the game, it's not often that we see players going for it, but while it's there, you might as well capitalize on it. This will give him a bit of a leg up.
Yep, 7 players alive. About to close in to another smaller play field there. Allows Vegas to stay in containers on the edge. Hanabi is really got a lot of open ground.
Wow. So, yeah, Hanabi, obviously, I think he's going to have the disadvantage now. Vegasu with the building. actually might have an advantage now because the way the map's set up, the circle closing in. I mean,
He's picking it up. Vegas is there to grab the initial one, so Pixar's actually looted and booted and ready to take on these battles. Should he be able to get towards Vegas's position with the circle being where it is, it closes off a good amount of ground from his south, so he needs to fight these battles individually. The next one will be Hanabi, working his way up slowly but surely, has a good indication that someone's there from the previous fight.
Yeah.
The initial lethal utility will be expanded, and it hits its frigging target. That's a blind need straight in. Second one to follow up, but remember, the crates will give Vegas this much-needed cover. However, the player is pushing in aggressively.
That's the way to play right there, Hanabi.
Healing up. Doesn't really know how close Hanabi is. He's throwing out some tactical grenades to maybe ward off the presence of an enemy. Trying to find him. There he goes. He sees him.
Look at that
Grenade's
aggression.
gonna land. Oof.
Ooh, well played by Vegas.
So great.
You can't, like, you can't teach that from a PUBG player's perspective. He throws the nade down. He's been tagged up.
That's
he has the
Halo
offhand. He
type
pushes aggressively.
playing.
Opposing player, no idea. The absolute perfect aggression that pays off for Vegas, takes the frag, and stays in the top 5.
Yeah, that was like previous FPS experience. I was like you said, you can't teach that in PUBG.
The advantage when anyone else would think they have the disadvantage. And if I'm Vegas, I'm laying down prone in containers. Vegas said, no, I trust my shots. I trust my nades. I'm pushing for the kill, and he's the better man for it.
I mean, if it had sat in there, it would have been a disadvantage because then, opposing player, he's back on his track. He can watch the edge of it, work your way in. Now he's got free reign. However, he does have 4 players on the opposing side of the map. He needs either the circle to be favorable to him or for all these players to basically kick the living hell out of one another.
Ixa with the on-time grenade. Doesn't hit a car this time. Hits the player. He's going to be sitting on 3 kills, 9 points needed for Pixa at 8 here. Haven't really seen anything out of damage, have we? Not seen him in any of the engagements.
He's just been chilling. He's biding his time. He's made it to top 4, so he's done all right for his, I don't know how many frags he's actually on, but he's at least got some points within the top 4 for his team and takes him one step closer, or for his guild. 3 kills, okay, 3, 6, 9. 9 points up in 4th as well, so we've got some points. We don't have our previous winner at this point. Outer's not here. So that at least, again, this is where the lobbies begin to change. We're going to have a new winner this time round. Then things get really spicy because it's not just one person running away with the entire tournament. This is what we want to see, different winners. And at least a close competition at the upper echelons of the board, rather than seeing one person just walk away with the whole thing. And as Alex mentioned before, there's a lot more than just playing for that first spot. People are going to benefit from the top 10. If you're getting players up there, the guilds are going to be happy.
And in here. Game like PUBG, every footstep, every crouch, every angle, every shot matters. Silly Mode's going to be trying to push the advantage on Vegas as he takes a couple quick shots on him. I don't see him pushing across that wide open space, though. He's just trying to let people know he's there, hoping to maybe close a player out early. Vegas is in blue, so he does have the advantage.
You can use the car to help him out. I think he's going to move away from this brick line. He's going to get double stemmed up, get his health topped up the best he can, but he will have to move. I'm pretty sure his legs aren't in there. It could be. Yeah, but he's going to have to absolutely dive bomb it here. Oof. Crouch and wiggle, hope for the best, left and right. But he has maintained survivability. He is in. Now, all eyes on the prize. No more circles. We have 3 seconds, and the blue just pushes in. You get touched by this blue, you pretty much lose your health, you're dead. There's nothing you can do about this, you've got to go. Center point, closer. Oh, first place spotted. Double headshot Pixar. Onto damage. That is 4 kills in the bank for Pixar. We have to remember, Vegas is going to come through on this, and he should be able to see him from this side. The level 3 helmet won't tap. Oh, spun on! Pixar with the AUG. Now it goes into a 1-on-1.
Pixar, absolute monster, pushing through so much adversity. All of a sudden, poised to win.
GG.
All right.
6-4. frags and a win. The spin onto Vegas, the transfer onto the player opposing.
That's insane.
That is a phenomenal way to end it and a phenomenal way to pick up
I
game
almost had
number
to get
2.
you socks there, my friend. I almost had to get you socks.
It was
close.
Yeah. I have to live
thank
with
God.
holes once again.
Oh, you're seeing the kill feed there. Several players sitting in the 3-kill area, but Pixa not only being the kill leader, but getting the W. That's major points. And depending on how Outer did last time, could definitely put him in first place. I love this play that we're seeing here. Miller absolutely punishing the camping by Mountain there. Mountain just completely unawares, private picking off people in the ocean. But Sims, I'm shook from Pixa how he just took over that game in the last few moments.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal job. I mean, there is some benefit. You can even see from the adversity of what he was battling from and where he's actually come from on the map. All the different things that he's had to go through to get to that point. But most importantly, it came into effect. He's got level 3 gear. The survivability is there. He's got a crate gun in the AUG. It's like, I mean, that thing's a drill. It might only be 5.56, but it has a very, very, very small amount of kick to it. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It's a bit of a laser beam. Ragnar, very sadly, trying to pull the same principle of what he was doing before, but it's an easy tap kill because he's not doing it. This is a fantastic play. In with the nade, push him, flush him, bye-bye, job done. But Pixa's like all the elements here. There's the first one, gets shot in the side. Watch this turn. Few taps down, turns, spins, see you later, Vegas, bye-bye, and then on to the third and final one. Like he just dominated the final circle. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and there are plays, there are tactics, there are angles, there's loot. But when you hit your shots like Pixa did on that turn, that's all that really matters. And it was like it was a deletion. Pixa's probably feeling really good right about now, Sims. Although he does have a big target on his head going into next round, he certainly showed out.
Yeah, I'd be quite happy with that one. You're going to be, looking at some serious points, even when most of the frags came from the end game. You're clearing those up. I mean, alone from that final engagement, 3, 6, 9 points, plus the 50 in the bag for the win. Pretty happy with that one, John.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're going to take a short break as we tally up the leaderboards. Don't go anywhere. And hey, put in the chat for us, who are you rooting for? There's a lot of guilds, a lot of players, a lot on the line. Let us know in the chat who you and your guild, you as an individual, are rooting for as we head to the break. We'll be right back.
Oh, they had my mic muted. That was pretty crazy. We're going to come back with another match in less than 5 minutes. That was absolutely insane. Some insane gameplay from some of the pros in PUBG. As you can clearly see, these guys are highly skilled and highly talented, and it's no reason why they're in this tournament, right? So coming down to that last circle and seeing some of that like intense gun battles and good shooting, that was pretty insane. Pixa, he definitely deserved it. I thought Vegasu was going to pull it off after that bad map position and everybody coming in on his location, but Pixa 8 with the dub, that was pretty crazy. So like I was saying, like playing that, balancing that aggression is important, and knowing when to push and when to be aggressive is super important in first person shooters. All right, there's a few gamers in there. Yeah, there's some killers in there, man. And some, as you heard the announcer talk about, that there's pros in there and people that he recognizes. I'm not a PUBG guy. I don't recognize PUBG names that much. PUBG was like, as I was coming back into gaming and tested the waters with PUBG, I was more of a COD guy. So I recognize more of those names in the COD world. But PUBG, it's way better than it was, obviously, in its beta days, and very fun and very addicting. I do like the more of the way they approach the game mechanics. I do like that. There's a few kinks I would like to see work out, but overall, the game is really fun. If you haven't played PUBG, like I said, it's really fun. I don't know. I just like the rawness of it, if you will. But yeah, so we'll be back in, it looks like less than 3 minutes. And, you know, like I said, if you're new to the stream, just tuning in, and if you're enjoying this, smash the like, please. I would appreciate that. It helps us get through the YouTube algorithm. And if you're also new, please sub and hit that bell so you don't miss any more streams like this. And yeah, if you don't know what Neo Tokyo is, like I've been saying here in these intermissions, it's a NFT project that Alex Becker and Elio Trades kind of founded, and with the sole mission building the gaming metaverse, the crypto gaming in its entirety, and building it from the ground up. And so there's big names in Neo Tokyo, some founders of NFT projects, and like he mentioned, the mutant cats. You have, I think, the founder of Doge Pound owns a Neo Tokyo. There is FaZe Banks that's in there as well. So a lot of big names inside of Neo Tokyo. The CEO of Coin Games, the CEO of Cetify, and many others. So PUBG to Apex, I would say I like it. It's different mechanics in both games. So Apex is super fast, and I enjoy both. So that one's hard. I love Apex, but I think PUBG is pretty fun when you're trying to switch it up and go back to like that raw. But Apex is that like futuristic. If Halo and Call of Duty had a baby, it's like Apex, right? And so I like that aspect of it. I really enjoy Apex when I'm like wanting to run and gun kind of gameplay. But if I'm going raw and more chess matchy, I prefer PUBG. But I'm naturally best at Halo, just because I played Halo from early days when I was very young. I was actually one of the best players probably in my area and location in Oklahoma. I would assume I was probably one of the best players in my state, since nobody was able to beat me, and I beat everybody on System Link one-on-one. So I can't imagine that there's too many back then on Halo 1, at least. And now there's, fast forward to today, there's lots of pros and people that just play all day, every day. And I'm not as good as I used to be, but I'm still good at Halo. Just started grinding again. Actually just downloaded Halo Infinite a couple weeks back, and I'm already at, I think, Platinum 5. And I'm not really, playing, I'm not really grinding like that every day. So I'd imagine if I was to grind, I do wish they would bring back SOCOM. Now, I was a killer at SOCOM. Let's tune back in. Let's see what Alex is saying.
Oh my gosh. Look, guys, the facade of me being a functionally competent streamer just keeps falling apart as I start off these streams without my mic on, but at least we got the audio right this time. We're nailing it. So, guys, we're halfway through. We've had our winners. The Kraken Guild is absolutely killing it. I believe that, it's the Kraken Guild. That's what we got going on in chat right now. And also, as promised on Twitter, at ZSS Becker, you can see my tweet right here. You should follow me there, because I do a lot of NFT giveaways and really cool stuff on there, and I'm about to do one right now, because I promised if people shared the post about the meta tournament, I would go and pick someone, and I would send them a $2,000 NFT. So let's scrim through. Look at this. Who's got the most offensive name? NFT Lovin, at NFT_Lovin. You win. Taking a screenshot. Congratulations. I'm gonna be sending you I think a 1 or 2 Doge Pound puppies, which are worth $2,000. If you want to get in on that sweet juice, follow me at ZSS Becker on Twitter. Now, that being said, guys, we got a really cool game coming up right now. We're going to be playing on Sandhawk, which kind of sounds like a dirty word if you say it. If you walk into a room and scream Sandhawk, it kind of sounds offensive, doesn't it? Anyways, we're going to be playing at that. I don't know what it is. I've never played on it, but it's a little bit smaller map. It's going to be a little bit more chaotic, so we get kills a lot faster. And it'll basically, hopefully, be a massive clusterfuck, because, that's the funnest way to do these kind of things. So, that being said, guys, I'm going to turn over the Sim and John.
Hey, that's exciting. We know that there is about 100 people playing.
But do me a favor real quick. Just
sir.
say, I saw his Sandhawk.
I saw his Sandhawk?
Sandhawk. Doesn't it sound like a dirty word? It does. It really does.
Don't say it 3 times fast. How about that?
Your mother has a huge
That's
Sandhawk.
the one.
All right, well, we know there's about 100 people playing, but there's thousands of you watching, and so we wanted to bring you guys a fast-paced action game. That's the kind of mobility and flexibility we get to have in such a fun, unique, competitive atmosphere like this. So, Sims, what can we expect from this new map?
Honestly, I mean, I want to agree with what you were saying, John, but I think it's just Alex's way of ruining everyone's day, because this is going to be a complete and utter disaster. It really is.
Really,
this
the
is
goal.
I
hear it's glitchy too.
Well, the thing is, it's not really built for 100 players. It's a bit small.
We want it to be a cluster to give everyone an equal chance. You know, we got these really good players in here. If I had my way, we'd mess it up even more. But this is as good as we're gonna get.
This does give the little man a little bit of an advantage, right? He could catch them off guard. We've got a lot of little shanty shacks. You're going to be looking and scraping.
Little guys
scrapping
love
for loot.
Sandhawk. They love a big Sandhawk.
Okay.
It's a great thing to enjoy on a Saturday.
Is this going to be a terminology that you're using outside of gaming, Alex?
100 men, one Sandhawk.
Hey, well, on that note, we do have our leaderboards from the first 2 games. We're playing 4 games today, so these leaderboards are really starting to carry some weight here. We see a lot has happened here, though, Sim. Some players that maybe are going to surprise you. All about the kills. Picks at 8, of course, though, leading the way with 68 points.
Yeah, the points dynamics is very, very interesting. Again, we keep speaking about it time and time again. 50 for the win and then 3 for every single frag afterwards. It does descend as you go down in the placements. By the time this is all said and done, we will have an overall leader. You are being able to tell, though, throughout the leaderboards, there are going to be differences and people can catch up there. Consistency is the name of the game. Even if you don't win one of these 4 games, provided that you are picking up the frags and provided you are staying in that top 5 to top 10, it's going to give you a chance. A small chance, but there's still going to be a chance.
Yeah, and we've seen players employ a lot of different strategies. Of course, many of those are going to be thrown out the window because of this new map. But we've seen players, Sims, try to play it slow, and I feel like the theme that we've seen is that fortune favors the bold. Not the stupid, but fortune is favoring those players. Picks at 8. Our first place player we had said it long before we would have called him the match winner. He was the most aggressive player that we were observing, and I think it really paid off for him.
I think the best terminology here is being proactive, right? Just making sure that you're keeping control of your own area. Make sure you're monitoring a position of the map. The one with Pix, it wasn't like it was a quiet ending by any means. He was in fights all the way up to that point in the circle. He had to fight for his position at the end of the day. It wasn't just a complete given. There were plenty of frags that came through. There were plenty of... Actually, not even too many frags in comparison to how many battles he were in. You alluded to that. The one thing I will say is this map is going to be a different bag of fish altogether. This is just going to be something completely different. You have no ways to camp on this. It's a much smaller map. It's going to be a fast-paced dynamic. There is some big areas that we kind of want to keep in our mind, one of them being boot camp in particular. This is like the main hot drop zone. If people go boot camp, it's going to be a public bloodbath. It's really as simple as that. There's certain specific areas on this map, and it's not like when you have 100 players on here, there's nowhere to hide, is what I'm trying to say. There will be early engagements. There will be a lot of deaths from the start.
And here is that aforementioned map. Obviously, you can see just by the points of interest, less room, same amount of players, and probably a lot more violence. And so keep letting us know who you're rooting for. I've seen a lot of Snakers love in the chat. I don't know if that's a reaction to the unofficial feud between he and Becker, but people, I see Krakens.
Ban the Snakers supporters.
Ban them.
Are you going after them all?
They're spreading misinformation that Snakers is a good player.
Oh, the backtrack. The backtrack's real. I respect it. I really do.
Oh, there's the boot camp. You called it, Sims. You see the
It's going to be horrible. Look at them all. They're like rats. This is going to be absolutely terrible. I mean, what? You got 10... About 10 people all going for the same position. And this is the problem. There's literally nowhere with especially even more so, and I didn't really mention it before, with a flight path like this, it leads everyone towards the north. So the south's going to be, with it being smaller, you can long drop. That is the advantage of it. But 4, 5, 6 people already in boot camp, it's not a public match. When the public match, you're looking at 10, 15, 20. One player already down. Hefner's gone. Mountain, previously, the rat that was hiding in the cabin, finally gets a frag back at least. But I look at this map, and I just see players scattered. This is going to be a dungeon. There's going to be, oh my word, 1 HP in a dream. Bullet to the head keeps him alive, but for how long? The med kit's there, that's good for now. First aid will pop off, get himself back to 70% HP, but there's still players lurking in boot camp.
Absolutely, and far more players flew over boot camp than landed there, but already seeing some of that pay off, as Isu, for instance, was one of the first players to be able to get some loot there. But there you go. Just they're so spread out in one sense, but in another sense, they are so close together.
Circle. It's been favorable to the most of the map. And LSAP still will keep going and holds down this position. With the circle putting it this way, forces at least everyone into the corner. You got a little bit of water to the edge, so it keeps it it keeps this dynamic flowing with very, very close combat. Oh, there isn't the main head of players up here as well, which is interesting. It's a much quieter area, so pretty much from boot camp, anywhere down south, there's Kampong and several other places, even from the west side where Snickers is holding down in one of the military areas. Working your way through this, the edges are going to be awful. Playing the outskirts now is going to be a dangerous game, but it could also be a fruitful game. There is ample of opportunity for the more able, should we say, pro player to be able to mop up kills on arrival towards a circle if they can find a very good bottleneck. And I'm sorry, while you may have a gun, Trust Jamie, you don't have a helmet, you don't have a chest, but same could be said for the opposing side. Bye-bye, and that's the problem. No helmet, no chance to survive a bullet.
Yeah, quick math making quick work of Jamie, who was just completely undergeared and eventually outgunned. And we're watching definitely more activity in the kill feed, but certainly early on, these players are playing strategically because unlike us, Sims, they're playing with a lot on the line. They still know the leaderboard. They're still trying to make the right moves here. And Hanabi, our
he's ready. He's ready. He knew. He absolutely ready. I mean, you saw it. He couldn't see that, so he's understood that there is a rock to the right-hand side. The pre-aim, or the pre-read, should I say, not the pre-aim, but the pre-read to think the player's going to go run for the rock. The nade's down. It get the job done. Nice little read. Well, it's not a major kill, quote-unquote, anything flashy or fancy. It's a good read. Mountain Stream still going hard. We move over to Apes POV. Red dot on the back. Goes for it and gets the kill. Hanabi, after the fantastic read previously, doesn't survive any further. This one will stay his feet. We will continue. 75 players in play. Less than 5 minutes already in the game. This is a weird one, all right? Pizza Friday. It's a Saturday, but Pizza Friday is in a boat, and he's on the way to the north side of the circle. In the ways, I don't want to play any of these. I don't want to shoot any of these boys. I just want to get out of this fight altogether.
That's right, and juxtapose that to a player like Oldless, who's been a consistently cracked player. He's just making his way through this village here, knows that he's got at least one player on the outskirts. I think Oldless is coming for blood. He's got a little bit of fire, probably went out much earlier than he would have hoped to last round. I think he finished with 2 kills, but this is a player where we know he can put in some work.
Private Party looking for the one tap. Be doable if he swings him in the head. Oldless wants to hold back. Sick Daddy down. Mountain Stream is actually racking up the frags now. Let's make note of that. That's either his 3rd or 4th kill.
Yeah, I believe it's his 3rd.
Still no tag here. Private Party really wants to go for it, but realizes the player. Left-hand side, beautiful swing to defend himself. That's a job well done. And Oldest like, you know what, fam? I'm not having any of this. Bye-bye.
Expert commentary from our Commodore, Mr. Becker.
It doesn't sound great, does it? It's not great.
And
oh no, I had myself
Becker,
muted in iMix. I screamed 69. No, I muted myself on stream. Great. Everybody, all the viewers missed my sweet jokes.
Oh man,
I quit.
There's more where that came from, I suppose, but unfortunately for Oldless, there's not another game 3 as he just goes down in the kill feed. And with this many players back to back, you're getting shot from angles you didn't even know existed. Zwolly playing the aggressor here on Coin.
Gotta be careful. One player behind, one in front. LSAP's still going. Hard in the kill feed. Got a couple earlier on. Wooly now. Might put the smoke down to cover the cross. Nope, might even have been a fake as well. But he's going to try and swing around with the player with the K9 up top. Boss of money. If he can get eyes on the price, then that'd eliminate him. First, no. Shut down. Outer is there. 15:08 from behind with the AKM. Ends Wooly's life. And that is a horrible, horrible, horrible place to be playing, you dirty, filthy man.
Screenshot that with the slippers.
He sat on a bag of trash. Like, how...
Who is that guy?
I hate to see it.
It's in the name.
Oh my god.
It's in the...
That is a dirty camp for sure.
Ape here taking shots.
And his
Boss of money,
outfit
Boss
is
of money, of course,
ridiculous.
trying to loot coins, body box there. Ape trying to catch him unawares, but he's going to back down. Interesting here.
Might be able to get the height advantage. If he can swing around this wall and put himself on the rocks, Boss of Money might not have tracked where he's going. He gets the body box and he gets the gear, but sadly, he may have the gear and no idea. He's lost track of where this player's gone. One would assume that maybe you check the backside, which he did. He swings up, but I don't think he's there just yet.
Just saw Crypto go down in blue. Chris possibly robbed of that kill. Might have been in an engagement. I don't know. I don't even know that he knows that he's dead. Wasn't paying attention, or is he going after Punk there?
We are going to make it with the Kekta. We'll see what he does. Gonna hold it down.
Ooh, Ape does get the best of Boss of Money. You called it. Must have moved around to a better position. And we just saw Pixa8 go down in the kill feed. We're watching this absolute standoff in blue. There's only so long they can keep this up. Chris seems to be sitting pretty well on heels, but Wagme is slowly dying.
Coin's gone down. Coco's also fallen. Citizen, both of them. Iku also onto Goats, NFTs. Rather unfortunate he will fall. We are approaching the 50% halfway mark here for the players in play. NT Outer, Rise, Neo Tokyo just on the back as well, or Riz, excuse me. They will be making landfall rather shortly, but they need to be careful because those coastlines are going to be hella hot. Bootcamp still. I think these are the players who dropped here originally, so they'll be absolutely geared to the nines. I mean, hell, that's a level 3 chest on this player individually. Looking over, might be able to catch him, but he has one good spot. Oh, doesn't realize he runs. He's going for the other player in front of him. Snakers. Bags 3 points in the kill feed. Oh! Sees him. Can't be doing anything. Oh, he got him! Was that in the vehicle? Your boy Biggie's dead!
Sprayed my guy right out of the vehicle. It be like that. Biggie!
He got him. That's a quick spray as well to take him out the vehicle like that. Oh,
Those are great shots. Full speed. It's 3 shots at least for the kill. Deserves the points.
That's a job well done. That is a job well done. Another player falling down to a vehicle. They're all trying to hard transition. And these are all the players, I suppose. We're commandeering for the kill onto Biggie, but the thing is, if they're coming out of the blue on the vehicles, they'll already be pre-damaged up. They'll already have been losing health, so they're all stragglers now, just turning up from the blue zone in the vehicle, very weakened. These should actually, in theory, be easy frags for them and easy cleanups.
Yeah, and look, Chris is going to be coming out of the blue. Awakey might be aware that there's some more players. Might hold that position there. Chris is trying to get to full health before he steps out into what surely will be some kind of fight. Look at Miller stand to the west, deep in blue. In a vehicle, though, he's about to haul. Man, they are really taking their time in blue, and since I can only conclude that that's because of just the limited space in general on the map, that they might actually just feel safer taking a little bit of consistent damage rather than put themselves in the middle of a hornet's nest.
Hey, I think everyone else has noticed that Becker's six-pack is in the game. All right, look at that. Made top 50. Way to go. Where's Snakers? I don't think he made it. That's such a shame. I'm really torn up about that.
I think
the six-pack stays on.
He probably got taken out by a tree branch this time.
Oh my god.
There's some real hatred towards this name. Did like a snake hurt you in like a
He sandhawked me when I was sleeping one night.
Oh my God.
Stop.
I'm really torn up.
We'll get that word muted in all the discords. Okay.
I know it's gonna be banned. It's gonna be
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
this channel. Yeah.
They're Snakers
Alive!
Oh, well,
against all odds. Snaker is going to be in a relatively chill part of the map right now. Has a player to his immediate north. They don't see each other. Radmir and Ripper just playing the ring around the rosy there. All these players know that they're coming down towards the end of not only this map, but the tournament. Radmir gets the best of Ripper. Snaker gets the best of Negative, and he's taking control of his immediate area.
That's a good frag. That's a good return. Initial player had the upper hand. Negative should have put him down, but quick reflex comes through. That's a job well done. We have rats in play. We were expecting this with a map like this. We're expecting a few rats here and there, but there are going to be rats in abundance, given that there's still 42 players for this circle. On Sandhawk, it's a little bit unconventional, to say the least, and there's still an awful... Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Look who died. Look who's dead. Oh, no.
Pizza Friday takes out Becker's 6-pack.
The irony that a pizza would take out your 6-pack.
that is very.
That's
that is
really
actually
good.
really funny. I enjoy that. I see the yucks.
Walled up. Hillside. Has to be careful because of how many players are going to be in abundance. Even from the distance, I don't think anyone's really rocking anything too long range at this moment in time, but there's someone creeping.
Wagme with the great response. I think he's going to take the aggression here. Waldo moves around the rock, trying to get the better position, puts himself back in blue. Both these players have hit shots on the other. Waldo's going to hope to be invisible in the grass. Wagme's hoping to outlast him. Neither of them have a ton of heals, so they're going to have to go for it. And Waldo wins from low ground, from the disadvantage, and he's going to make his way further into the map. But he's got a Wakey right there on top of him.
It's always going to be hard with the Saiga in his hand as well. The shotgun's not the greatest weapon in the world at this stage in the game. I mean, if he would have got the drop on him, it potentially could have happened. Paradise Resort becomes one of our pivotal areas now for the circle. Player runs in, no idea. A Wakey says Wakey Wakey. Takes out Wild Up. See you later, thank you very much, and bye-bye. Private Party. This was the sniper in the making. The previous one doesn't scrape in time. No health whatsoever. That's an easy one-tap and job done. Some nice loot here for Walker to try and gear up on. Still people outside of the blue, so you have to be aware of this. Pizza Friday with a VSS. Of
And
all
the one kill.
The most terrible weapons in the world, but if he gets a second, do it to him. Come on, I believe in the VSS.
Completely unaware. Yes.
Burn him.
Play. Oh my gosh. Pizza Friday on a little bit of a terror there. Taking down Jammo and, of course, Becker's 6-pack, sitting on the 2 kills, the 6 points. Definitely on the leaderboards here. This deep into the tournament, after this map, we'll have one more. This is where players are going to have to start doing the math to know whether or not they need to get the win. They need to push out all the way and pop off on some kills. And for some players, it's going to be the both and.
Still pretty clustered around this side. Thank you. That is a bullet to the dome. Damage 990. Takes out Davila. See you later. That's going to leave a mark in the morning. Citizen holding back out of here, just looking across on the side. Cactor in hand. We'll see what kind of damage it can do with the...
I don't know if damage sees him.
I was wondering which way he was going to...
Oh, he
Back
knows.
to the smokes are up. He can at least get around. I mean, hell, he's thrown the molly down as well to try and distract him. Look at this. He's basically swung around him. He has no information whatsoever.
That's right. Both of them kind of guessing. Navigating in the 1v1. You love to see the tactics, though. You love to see some players not get shot in the back, not get camped from behind, but have the chance to play out a scenario like this.
Outer. Could be a solid nade as well to follow up. Fair amount of damage done off the back of it. Classic will keep on running. Kreese looks up. Nade back to himself. If Outer runs downhill, it could be all kinds of problems. Spaceman goes down. Sif spots him. Damage done on Sniper Gunner, just on the outskirts as well. The blue is ticking. It's ticking hard. Should be able to get the
Just barely.
first aid off, which he does, but instantly the health keeps on ticking down. Very little, very
And it's
weak
not
coming from
enough.
the outside. That's an easy pickup for Sith.
And did we see that? Did Sith take out Spaceman as well? Is that a double there for him?
It is pretty much back to back. The gear's not great, though. That's level 1s in abundance for Sith. I mean, thankfully, you can pick up these stragglers with little health because survivability isn't looking great. If you're rocking the budget helmet, the biker helmet at this stage in the game, it does concern me. Damage keeps going with the Vector. That's another one in the kill feed for him. Benny and Awakey going toe-to-toe. Nade should go up and over. Damage is done in abundance, but there is a nade in response. Keeps him hot on his heels here. The 1v1 does continue onwards.
Right, trying to get the heels off. Peeking around the corner. Benny and Awakey. Mano-y-mano. Got the grenades primed. See who's got the better accuracy. Benny getting hit by that grenade. Awakey having the better of him. And he's got some health, though. Poof, they're playing slow. They know it's at stake here.
He's throwing it a little bit too far. He must not realise it. Rock catches him in the open. One more bullet gets the job done. Keeps
That
it
will
clean for now.
But Awakey on top of the kill leaders. 5 kills, 15 points from kills alone. He's definitely got some momentum in this map. A huge surge from him in the standings if he's able to place high. Ooh. There goes Sith. As you predicted, the subpar gear is going to cost him. And there we see trade third party for third party.
Even more interesting about that one, he was flashbang, so that was just a complete ADS blind shot. Still gets the job done either way. The gear does not help him out this time round. Circle's closing in. Everyone's now playing edge. No one's outside of it. We do have a couple of rats that are going to be still lingering inside Paradise Resort. I think it's... I can't quite read the name from where I am here, but certainly one player is outside of the circle in comparison to the other two that are deep at the front side of Paradise Resort. Matt Hall is well and truly one with the bush. That's a level 3 helmet as well. He's got a tin can on his head, and this is going to be problematic. Awakey's no idea. You can't lose this one, Matt. You've got all the time in the world. It's sketchy, and it's close.
Very
the gear
close.
does keep him alive, but that was very much touch and go.
Yeah, when you're seeing HP like that, health that close, it's got to be the percentage deductions from the gear. I mean, Matt just barely scraped by and took down one of the major players on the map. Love the bird's eye view we get in these tournaments. We get to see players, they're closer to each other than we think. Snakers is going to take that kind of obvious kill there. We saw them both kind of moving towards each other. Snakers just a better shot.
We're into the top 10 now. I'm not sure if this is the... I could be wrong. I think this is the highest Snakers has managed to make it thus far. I can't remember the previous one on the last round of Erangel.
Yeah, he keeps getting close to the edge.
I pepped him up. I pepped him up.
Pep talk.
Oh, he doesn't know. There's a camper, and it does not matter. Snakers with a little jump scare, able to hit the headshots. Ether Viking regretting he ever woke up in the morning. Oh my gosh. Great reaction by Snakers.
Yeah, that's a banging little wiggle as well. The accuracy there just completely decapitates him, but he is on the back foot. The circle's moving, and he's got players in front of him. This is Snakers' opportunity to pick up some serious points. You can see Outer and William side by side, either one opposing side of the wall. There could be a vert near that comes into play, or maybe even a little low ball over the wall.
Oh.
Snakers should have been spotted here. Outer
misses him.
Make some he
Saw him, but he didn't see him.
Peripheral vision. He didn't quite have it. Now he's across from this one. William staring through the wall, hoping for the best. Snakers won't rip. Now he does. Outer straight onto Dragon. Dragon goes down. This is where Snakers has to survive here. There's still two of them looking at a different point, but they're both looking up towards him. Which one do you go for?
Gosh.
Who do you aim at first?
Oh.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Catches out and running
It's
around.
the
Needs to
one.
switch instantly to the one behind the rock. He's some idea. Nade off the back wall could be absolutely fantastic. Williams
with
about to
nowhere
get
to go.
damage with a second name follow-up as well. Snaker's still going here. Has to switch towards the gun to try and get the job done. Oh, my word, William.
On a
How are
sliver
you
of health.
alive?
Snaker throwing everything at him, but it's worth it, and he goes on top. 6 kills for Snaker, taking out not 1, but 2 players. We're kicking back into Ape, and we're seeing the map earn its namesake. A lot of Hawks going around, okay? There's a lot in the air right now.
A lot of damage being done. 5 players alive. Very little health on many of them. Up against the blue as well. Forced to move. Not really too much to go. They're all within this open band against one another. Ape has been spotted. Has to look down, but no health on the opposing player that tagged him. The blue has done its damage. One good molly on the floor should burn him alive. I don't think it's tagged him. It hasn't. He just misses.
Just off.
And he gets the first aid as well. Good grenade. Hopefully, both of them aiming for the same principle here. They transfer back and forth. How much damage will be done? Snakers goes down. It's Elsap to get the frag. Elsap to get the second one. Outer also falls. And we move into the top 3.
The Snakers got killed, did he? Ah, what a shame.
Elsa with the 6 kills, taking over from Snakers with first place. Second place overall for damage as well. He's been moving. We haven't seen much out of this player so far in this tournament. He maybe was waiting for a crack in the armor, a breach in the meta to make his move in this tournament because he's taking over by storm. But not for long.
Yeah, he was doing well, but El Sharp shut down instantly. Ape's there to try and find this one final player. Round the corner. Extremely difficult name for me to pronounce, so I'm not going to bother at this point. We'll just see how this one plays out in a 1 versus 1.
They see each
the
other.
high ground becomes vital here, John, I feel.
Absolutely. Not many grenades. And Ape's inventory is going to get the initial shot. And there it goes.
The quick peek, the lean, the shots back and forth, and it gets the job done. The 7.62 comes out and prevails. 5 frags in the bag, and 50-point win for Ape. That is a big GG.
Ape with the 5 kills. Makers holding up with 6. Ooh, great movement there. Benny taking some long shots here in the replays. Private Party is definitely one of the players that I think we've seen some insane accuracy out of. I'd love to have seen him go farther in some of these matches. He just never quite been able to make it into the top 10.
I think that could be potentially the biggest point win we've had so far. And if my math is correct, that's a 65-point win. Ooh. That is, unless it was different, unless there was 6 kills in the previous round of Erangel, I'm mistaken. I do apologize, but that's a pretty big, heavy-hitting win. That's going to give them some really solid points going forward. I'm interested to see how the overall leaderboard's going to stand out now with some of our, our winners. We've got 3 winners, but how have they done in the rounds that they didn't win? Have they had good consistency? Have they been in the top 10? Have they been owning those points, been able to keep it up there and within arm's reach of one another? I don't think we're going to have anyone running away with it just quite yet, but all roads come to an end at some point. There's only one more map to go. If you don't have a win just yet, this is the last chance to dance.
Yeah, and now we're going to see players, again, they play conservative. They play aggressive. What's going to be the mix? Because if you lean too far back, you get no kills and you just die midway through the game. You wasted everything. But if you hot drop, you try to burn through a lobby, you could cost yourself 50 points in the win. And all these players have something on the line. These are some big prizes that Neo Tokyo has been able to put up for us. Becker was talking to us about it earlier, that these are some items that people wouldn't have any other access to. Well, I'm out of breath from that game. I do have to say that despite some of the heat he's gotten, Snakers definitely had the top plays in my book. He wasn't able to take it, but some of the shots that we were able to see from him were quite entertaining.
Look, I appreciate it. Becca's just trying to give him a really, he's trying to give him a boost of confidence.
I motivated him. I saved his life there. If I didn't pep him up Rocky style, he wouldn't have done that. He owes me some money.
Motivational speech. I respect it. I respect it. But
ham.
yeah, I mean, if he wants to get the win though, John, there's only one more game that we have on his hands to be able to do it.
That's right. And chat, we love you so much. It's been such a fun time. And what a unique event that we've been able to put on for the community. We want to give a special shout out for anyone who's just jumping in from the Twitch front page. We're so glad that you're here. Make sure to stay around for the conclusion. Our last game, our 4th game of 4. Before we head into that action, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because it's just heating up.
Glistens off the streets. Rainfall washes away the memories in binary. Salvation bathes us in its glow. We look up to the sky and dream of Neo Tokyo. Let go, take flight. Dreams begin to reignite. So clear, so bright, we're glowing in the dead of night. Plug in, online, the data stream linking our minds.
What an interesting tournament. Now, that was a pretty good map. I like the smaller map like that. I do like the brush. It does stink when people camp, but that's just the nature of that map. But yeah, so a lot of interesting plays. NT Outer made it pretty far, pretty deep. Snackers, obviously, with some pretty OG kills. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens in this last map and see who takes away some of these Neo Tokyo NFTs for, you know, the S2, for the S2s, if you will. So yeah, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Smash the like if you are enjoying this stream. Helps me break through the YouTube algorithm and get seen as well. So I would appreciate that if you are enjoying the stream, and make sure you hit that sub and bell so you don't miss any more streams like this. And with that being said, we are less than 3 minutes out from intermission, and this is going to be the last map, I believe, and the last map for these players. And obviously there is pros in these lobbies, so this has been very exciting to watch all these players place grenades. Like, you guys can see what's happening on the screen and on the map. These movements, the transitioning, you know, obviously the guys are really skilled. I played PUBG and I'm nowhere even near the skill of even the novices on some of these plays and things I've been seeing in this game, in the matches. So, but yeah, so this is pretty good stuff. But looks like we're almost back here in less than 2 minutes. And with that being said, let's tune right back in, and appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, please smash that like if you are enjoying it as well. And yeah, so let's go ahead and tune back in.
ladies, gentlemen, diamond baguettes, rats, snakers. We got everyone here, Sims. It's been such an interesting blend of different parts of the internet coming together to compete for some really special prizes in such a unique competition. And now we're coming up in our final conclusion, our 4th of 4 maps. And I honestly still feel like it's anyone's game to a degree, Sims.
Yeah, I mean, for those that have won a map so far, we know they've got a 50-point advantage across all others, right? Let's not beat about the bush here. That's 150 points, which is split between 3 of them instantly. What you need to see now, what we need to be looking for in the kill feed, is to see if either of those 3 drop early. If they're starting to drop early, this gives an advantage to others that have been consistent. This gives an advantage to those that have been up in the top 10, managed to sustain those points from both placement and kills, and maybe, just maybe, they can strike at the final hurdle, pick up a win, and jump those other players. But again, this is all a mathematical decision now. We're in this endgame scenario where people have already banked their points. They're on a safety net. They've got these wins. They've got the frags underneath them. They've built themselves a barrier. They need to go down earlier, or if they don't, the other teams, or other players, should I say, that want to jump them, they have to get a win now. That is a massive barrier to get through. We're going back to Sanhok once again. Like, you saw what it was. It's a flash in the pan. You look away for a second and you're dead. You've got to be quick on your toes here. You've got to have a certain amount of luck on your side. If you've got a lot of players in your vicinity, it's not the easiest thing to overcome, but there's still a chance to win this whole thing.
That's right. But the highest kills by our estimate, we were talking about this during the break, I don't think we've seen anyone top 6 kills yet, which is a lot of kills. But at the same time, it's totally doable for some of these players to make some massive sweeps, but they're going to have some of all the right things coming to them, coming together for them, as you mentioned, Sims. We are going to be showing you guys the final scores here in a little bit, but right now what's important to focus on is the players that you need to win. What's important to focus on is enjoying this next little bit of action as we prepare for this final map again. We're heading into the smaller of the 2 maps that we've been playing in today's competition. And I love some of the fast-paced action. Players that are just dropping in, what did they miss this first time that we hope that they don't miss the second time in this map?
The one thing that will be on a more benefit, let's say, towards the side of this map that we're going to. Look, we can talk about flight paths all we want. You can jump out of the plane anywhere at this point, and with this level of map and the size of it, you can kind of get to where you want to be. So it's hard for me to say, well, you know, we had a northern plane path last time. On bigger maps, much more impactful. Something like this, we've got a central map. Honestly, for me, look, it's the last chance to dance. I just want everybody to drop boot camp. I want 60 players in boot camp, smashing the living bats of hell out of one another. Give us some mad action. It's the last match. Give us some mad, greasy, wild action.
There it is. And if it's me, Sims, I'm dropping where I know I'm going to get a gun, which that doesn't narrow the playing field anywhere. I just hate to die without a gun in my hand. And luckily, these players at least have that chance to loot up. But we're seeing a lot of early drops here, trying to play far away. They didn't listen to you, Sims. They're not going to boot camp, although some of them could stretch there, but we're seeing these players immediately get out of the plane. They want to get their feet on the ground. They want to get a gun in their hand. They want to get some armor on their body because this is game 4 of 4 with over $250,000 in prizes on the line.
And that final sentence there is what rests on the shoulders of these individual players. Necessarily might not be for them, but there's also going to be a lot of people in the guilds that are looking towards this as well. There are people staring at them. There's pressure on them now to perform. This is the last chance to perform, and you have to throw everything to it. We're already going to have early engagement. That's players dropping straight into boot camp on the roof. You've got 4 or 5 within the small vicinity. Paige already on it. We're less than a minute into the game. One's already dead. This is the dynamic of Sanhok. Get ready for more. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Helmet, gun, at least we can do something here. We're away for it for now. With keylogger. Chest as well. Upgraded to the 2 on the helmet. Has to still be aware of the potential. Aldless, one of our strong competitors, has gone down early.
Oh, what a horrible way. As well as UMP in the kill feed was in, I believe, second place.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You see,
So
this is what I love about BRs. Is it just anything can happen. Becker 6-pack with the close quarter combat, taking out guests.
Oh, look at him
Pizza
go.
Fry in the kill
Impressive.
feed as well. These two are made for each other.
Pizza
What
Friday
good moves.
with a revolver? I'd never even seen that gun in PUBG in years. What is this? And it's
made
kind of the whole
history.
dynamic. What in the world?
Well, Sims, this is
All
what
right.
I love about these types of events that blend casual and competitive, because there are moments where just simply because of what people are used to via the meta, they forget to think about certain things, and you're able to see some weird things happen, some unique things that you just wouldn't normally see in a normal competitive setup.
I mean, look at this, using the terrain to their advantage, looking for the rafters underneath the bottom of the house. He's been shot in the back. Okay, this gives a small window of opportunity for Roth to utilize this to realize, okay, there's a third party in abundance. I have to be aware here. But I also have to be aware that there's a body bag. No helmet. Make note of that. One bullet. He's out of the lobby. He's out of the competition. The body bag's under there to give him that level of sustainability. Biggie's back in the kill feed. That's what we like to see. Viking previously had his face completely demolished. Takes out one, away key. We saw him in the kill feed previously. Did quite a lot of damage done. Vegas onto Waldo. That's an interesting one to say the very least. Vegas showing some signs of life once again. Hanabi, previously with the nades, did pretty damn well. Private Party this time will go crashing out, sadly. No M24 work this time round. Hanabi, though, 13 points HP. Oh, what?
Yep, I saw it coming, not because it makes sense, but because Hanabi is just that good. All he needed was a fraction of a second, peeking around the tree, putting them in a body bag, looting his body box. Gosh, that was a good shot.
See, this is what I really like now. Can you imagine the holders, what Alex was speaking about, the S1, the S2 holders, the guilds that are currently watching this? If that's one of their players now, they've got 13, like, you know, what's going through your mind? You've got 13 HP, like, shit, our player's done for. Yes. He pulls a snapshot like that, rips the player's face off with full health, and now he continues on. This is what I like about this whole dynamic with the Neo Tokyo setup, is that it is a community vibe. It is this, currently, while these are all solos, they are playing for a bigger picture in the Discord and in the project.
And this is the thing that anyone in the world right now who's sleeping on NFT, on esports, is missing the greater implications of what can happen from the click of a mouse in the middle of a PUBG game. Futures just shifted because Hanabi just peeked around that tree. We're seeing a lot of Krakens in the chat. Certainly a lot of Rat Love, Diamond Baguette. People are holding strong for their guilds
Diamond
in the
baguettes.
chat.
What's the Diamond Baguette?
I don't know. So I started screaming at people that sell their NFTs in this one other NFT group, and I call them baguette hands because there's diamond hands in crypto, and then there's baguette hands because they're wee little French boys, and they drop their baguettes. I don't know. Nothing against French people. Just sounds funny. But anyways, I call them baguette hands, and I guess someone said diamond baguettes, and I let them name their guilds. So now we have it. I don't understand half the things that come out of there, but it's pretty cool.
I love it. It's a beautiful ecosystem. We're seeing such a wide range of people a part of your community, Becker, just like the wide range of people in this game. We just saw, did you see the full prone shotgun door camper kill just there?
Yeah.
Straight through the window. That's sick. That is absolutely sick.
Oh, I missed my 69 call. Damn it. I keep...
Oh, you're off your game. No six-pack and no 69.
I'm having a terrible day.
Hey, look, I think is Six-Pack still alive? Is he still alive and kicking?
Oh, look, he's down there in the southeast.
Right, okay, we can still keep him.
Guy.
Let's send all the
He's
vibes
way
and
out of the
positive
circle.
energy.
That's not good where he's at, is it?
Hey, look, quick mass 69. There's 69 there. You can go with that one.
Yeah.
And some people pull for hooligans now. Maybe they feel a little bit underappreciated, under shouted out. We see you. Ragnar, who you've called out previously, Sims, is one of the better professional players here. Haven't seen him been able to string together a victory, though, or even a higher kill game. You know that he's feeling it right now. The pressure went into it with some high expectations, as any good player does. And right now, Ragnar is probably a little sweat, perspiration, as he's got a long-range 1v1 against Sevilla.
Brief moment of pause. 40 seconds till circle starts to Encroaching his position. We'll spot him in with the cactus. Oh my word, 1 HP, and he still puts the bullet through the side of the temple. That is just making sure the man is dead. Develop, buried, gone. Rather unfortunate. Zach on the opposing side, boss of money. On to Pixar. One of our winners. Dead outside of the top 50. Now that does line us up for an interesting metric because basically with Pixar, he's now reliant on all the points that he picked up previously. He's out of the competition.
Yeah, and this early in the game, you can imagine maybe got 1, maybe 2 kills, but certainly didn't leave this lobby with many points. And now he has to hope, wait, pray, breathe, meditate, and just honestly beg the gods above that this doesn't turn against him, that there's a player unbeknownst, unheard of, that somehow rises up to take enough points to quell his enemies. But I don't know. If I'm Pixa, I'm nervous.
Honestly, everyone should be nervous at this stage with how much on the line.
Even we see Snakers sitting in a clubhouse.
Whoa, around the corner. Splash damage got him. Bit unfortunate, but still goes down. Decent nade rolls down the hill. Goats and Trust Jamie out of the running for now.
And that's the second map in a row we've seen Jamie just low health, low gear. It begs to point that the looting phase is very important. There's a little bit of RNG to it, right? But players certainly need to be able to have enough meds, enough armor, and the right weapons to be successful here.
Silly mode down, but not out. Holds his gun. Opts to not go for the heal and instead go for the kill. And it turns out all right. Rich Connor just skirting the edge of that circle and playing it ever so steady. Mountain Stream with some more kills well in the kill feed. Another DB. Slavic down. Big old shotgun comes into play. Boss of money working his way up heavily in the blue here. I think, nope, excuse me, silly mode is the furthest away from the main head of the circle here. Page will go down. Rich Connor finally shut down. But still out towards Paradise. We do have an ongoing battle.
Roth goes down.
Classic. That's 2 frags back to back.
There's Becker's 6-pack on the edge in the boat. Feels the pressure that he's carrying, not just the namesake of a guild or an individual, but of Mr. Becker himself. Yeah. Wants to make it to the end circle. You know it.
He needs to. We need to give him hacks or something.
He's got water to play with, but it's whether or not when he hits the coastline, he realizes that there will be play. I'm saying that the coastline's completely clear. We might have a bit
I don't think people are looking for the boat. I think it's a smart move. I don't think anybody knows he's out there.
There is 2. There is a second boat next to him, so he could actually die by someone in the sea, funnily enough.
Oh, my.
Founder fan coming right up behind Wagme. We've gotten to see Wagme in a couple different situations. He's certainly a good player, but no good player can beat getting shot in the back. And Sims, I don't know why he's not checking over his shoulder a little bit.
Becker's 6-pack just got killed by his own car, I feel.
What the heck? What?
Yep. I'm just looking at it now.
What just happened?
Looking at it.
Oh, no.
Did he run himself over?
I think he may have got off the boat and it may have actually twatted him on the back of the head.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Potentially.
God.
Potentially.
And Becker, maybe you can explain this, but we're starting to see a little bit of a warrior surge in the chat. Might have a player that's still in it, but they're coming on strong.
They're screaming. Let's see what we got going on in here. Well, we'll just have to see. I'll have to tally up and see which guild won after this this event. They really need to start yelling out their players' names so we know. Oh.
Well, and the exciting thing, and you could obviously fill in the details on this, Becker, but these are just getting started. I mean, these are only a couple events into it, and just really the sky's the limit and some of the things that we can build in the NFT and esports space, and we're on the ground level.
Oh, it's definitely the future. I rant about it all day on Twitter. I'm pretty vocal about the stuff coming in the metaverse and NFTs and the things it enables and stuff like this. It's just damn cool. It's just damn incredible. And it's cool to see so many people picking up. This tournament went a lot smoother than last one, which was crab games. That was a clusterfuck. It was funny though.
It's usually ends up with the best scenario, right? When it's a bit
Yeah,
messy.
Oh, crab games was disaster, but I loved it.
Well, and it, it comes back to what do people enjoy watching. And if we can create an experience that might be a little chaotic on the operations standpoint, if it's fun to watch, that's what I love to cast. And this has been even the pivot to the smaller map here, so we can give our viewers at home a little bit of a spicy concoction here.
A spicy sandhawk.
A spicy sandhawk. A spicy and
it's now bleeped off Twitch. Now bannable offense.
TOS.
They have to add it.
Lord.
Oh, Hazel, you see him making this potential cheeky play. I believe he knows that Sounder's behind him, laying down in the blue. We'll see, hopefully, in the kill feed, or if we're able to get back to him to see how he's able to make the most out of this little bit of a hide-and-go seek.
We've got 2 players towards the north. Actually, 2 sets of teams, to be fair. 2 one-on-ones that are going to be imperative as we work forward of that crate. I think Boss of Money may have just spotted it, the vehicle to what transitions towards center. We got Classic, we got Snakers, we got Chris, and I think it's Beebing, all towards a central point on this circle. So good position for them for now. They can get the lay of the map, the lay of the land, then get the best prime spot that they want for this next circle to update. We do have an abundance of people down south. This is what we're looking at right now in the blue. Everyone is going to be hurting. This is messy. This is very, very scrappy for any player that wants to work his way across. Smokes will go down in the middle. Zach, the first victim, towards this onslaught as they try and cross the road. Prue looks around the corner. Good reload, but not good enough against the Saiga. Has to be a quick med on the opposing side. The damage is done. The M24 is there to try and fend off, but Sounder is in not the soundest of positions. The blue is hurting, and there's no meds to save him.
And Sounder, of course, was that play we were watching earlier. Caught in the blue. He got the better of Hazel, but goes down to the blue. And Lom is taking Kelly at range. Pizza Friday taking out John. We're seeing kill for kill being had here as we conclude game number 4 of 4.
It's coming down. Top 30 has engaged. Circles move more towards the south. It brings in Camp Alpha. You've got some outskirts, some ruins, actually some topography that you can play with more on the eastern side. You can run off the ruins, but you do have 2 players already in abundance just chilling there and waiting. Biggie, onto Outer Citizen, will fall. Top 25, we go. Sick Daddy. Had a few poor rounds thus far. 1 frag in the bag is looking for Crypto Vamic himself, who's also not had the greatest of days thus far. Important one-on-one for these 2. Remember, we are in our final round, but he's going to run up the hill. Gives himself a window of opportunity, but misses it. Needs to capitalize now while he's down to about 60% health. Good wiggle, good read, but damage has been done on both sides. Does finally confirm the frag.
Sick Daddy getting those
go off. Take it away.
first 2 shots, but I got nervous for him. I got really nervous when he wasn't able to finish. That Snaker's still in the map. Oof. IT4I just goes down. I was going to say, we haven't seen much of him either. Demon AGC, another player we haven't gotten to see too much out of, picks up his first kill of game number 4. And he's feeling good about it, Sims. He's feeling good. He survived the rotation thus far. And he's got a little bit of a journey, though. Snaker's there. He's playing for the win.
I suppose he has to be careful with Null down below him. If he realizes that he's got level 3. I mean, the AUG, so I'm assuming he's attacked the crate. And he has. Look at that. Big backpack, big helmet, big chest. Big gear, big boy, away we go. So he should be able to fend off Snakers, but Snakers' individual skill might shine through here. So I understand the slight passive pause that he's doing in that watchtower. Pizza Friday, by the way, is also lingering towards that battle. Snakers doesn't know if he drops down here. He's just going to be mopped up, but I don't put Snakers out of it by any means. The man individually is an absolute beast, whether or not he's got level 3 gear or not. He does have the level 3 chest, so he can fight this, but there's blue damage. Null Down's looking this way. Has he been spotted? Yes, he absolutely has. Sees him. The snake in the grass, but it's on the opposing side. Nay goes down. Pressure push comes in. Should do a fair amount of damage. It's a GG. Null Dow will go down, and now it's on to the next one. We've got Pizza Friday on his backside, but I don't think he's aware of that.
No, and no doubt to his credit, was able to get some shots off, but it was too little, too late. Snakers landed the nade, and there really wasn't much left to the story. Be interesting to see what happens here. Pizza Friday, from what we can tell, has been a player that's consistently made it, but we have not heard of previously to today. And now he stands to be at the flank of a known PUBG rock star, and this is the beauty of Battle Royale community competition. Pizza Friday could be giving Snakers a sad Saturday. Oh. He lost him. He doesn't see him in the peripheral.
It's very tense, isn't it? It's all, even the battlefield's kind of gone a little bit quiet with just some odd gunshots in the distance. It's actually all towards Camp Alpha. Good nade goes off.
Down to this.
That's all it is. 17 alive. You've got 3 that are locked inside Alpha that all have to come out. Chris is there. Snakers, Pizza Friday. They're all getting lined up. Essentially, musket line coming out of Alpha. There's nothing you can really do about it. You've got to cross an open walkway. So while Alpha was a good place to spot now, it's ultimately become a tombstone for many others. They're locked inside. There's nowhere to go apart from an open runway.
Just going to be chopping away there. Snakers getting shot. Doesn't see his opponent. Doesn't stay around to find out. Knows that right now it's an important rotation. Biggie goes down from the storm. Snakers is safe but not secure. Has enough time to pop a med, but knows there's players all around him. I like his odds for now. Gonna get the kill on Chris. We saw that coming. We knew it was written in stone, but the real question is, can he make it up the hill? And no, he cannot. Snakers goes down from height, from the enemy he never saw. And that's it. Game 4. Snakers is out.
I'm so sad. Just torn up.
We were giving him good vibes and we're hoping that we could, you know, keep going up the kills and the leaderboard with him. But unfortunately, it's not to be as we approach our final 12 for the final matchup. Classic, previous with the last kill. Does find himself a crate as well, so any level 3 gear needed upgrading, he can easily get that. He's tanked up now, AKM in hand, mini in the back pocket, meds in abundance, 2 nades as well. The gear is there. 3 kills also. A win for any of these players now is absolutely pivotal. It's vital for all those watching at home that are pinning themselves on these points for their guilds, for their players. This is it. This is the home stretch.
All come down to this 11 players, and I'm going to predict it, chat. I think we're going to see a little bit of a slow roll. They know what's at stake, and you can critique them all you want on how they're playing it, but we have over $100,000 on the line. Outer 1508 goes down. Hearing the quiet pitter-patter of rats, of baguettes, of people in between.
The baguettes look.
Baguettes. Oh, a diamond-encrusted baguette, imagine. Classic, good lead. Good read also. AKM, decent. Actually, nice spray control, to be fair. Only one of the bullets tagged, but it does kick like a meal. Pizza Friday goes down, runs, unfortunately, into Give It, sees it, and takes his chance. Lilac on the back lines realizes that shots have been in abundance towards his side, so he's been very precarious. Don't want to go running up there. Give It may have some sort of an awareness. He just skims him. Easy stand up. That's a 1-2, thank you. Give It picking up frags at the correct time. Blue's here, though, and is forced to move, and that is quite an open valley that he has to wander down. The stims will have to go off. Gives him a little bit of a speed increase. As Classic, with an absolute fantastic level 3 skin, still hunting, still looking for more. The man smells blood. And this could be his opportunity to win it all.
That's right. Picking up with Vegas here. Didn't see much out of him in game number 3. But of course, was brought towards the very brink. Second place in game number 2. Finds himself back again. Silly Mode's going to pick out Give It. That's a huge Classic goes down. Already we just saw 2 players with a lot of momentum. Swinging down to 6. Vegas finishing Outer Citizen. Sitting on 3 kills. going for the W. Bibbin, familiar player, Silly Mode, Sick Daddy Kane. But we've got some players still in it that we have yet to see make it this far, and you know their blood is pumping. They are on the edge of their seat as they crawl their way towards hopefully a first place.
Who we got here? Oh, you might get a pair of socks. Vegas is still in.
It's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah, the only
pair of
reason.
socks.
Yep.
Clothing's hard to buy these days, all right?
Yeah.
Karas waiting. Silly mode down. Last 4. Bibbin on the opposing side. Mini's out. Karas is looking. Shotgun. If anyone wants to come in close combat, you'd assume he just goes for the M4, given that it's out. The nade's here. Does Bibbin know he's inside this room? If he does and the nade goes in, he tries to get it. He's traded off with the nade's in there. It's it. He gets the death kill. He gets the kill from the grave. It goes into a 1 versus 1.
Take that in versus Vegas.
Socks are on the line.
Oh, barely, narrowly misses Vegas. Sick Daddy Kane has a good position. Vegas has the blue at his back. The battle behind the trees. Loses sight of him for a second. Trading shots.
Daddy needs a new pair of socks. Come on.
Oh, Sick Daddy Kane takes down Vegas. Vegas placing second place again, and no socks. No socks for Sims. Oh,
Socks
my
to
word.
be you.
No socks for Sims. Big Daddy Kane,
To
man.
do with shoes only today, but that's totally fine because ultimately it was a fantastic. What a wild ending! Like the trade-off. I think there was 3 kills in the span of like 3 seconds. The shot. He gets the nade off towards the end. It lands inside the little shanty shack that he's holding, and takes us straight into a 1 versus 1. That's the shot you were on about earlier on, where he just tries to peekaboo up through the little hole with the DB. But overall, a fantastic means to a fantastic end. That was a damn good game.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
was pretty exciting.
Yeah, we went from top 10 to top 1 very, very quickly. Honestly, much faster than I thought. I think these players just saw an opportunity,
That
a
was
window,
pretty
and
insane.
they took it. That great long-range nade from 2 testicles taking down Jamie.
So what are you thinking then, Alex? Is this what you were wanting from PUBG for your players and your
Yeah, I
fans?
think we got exactly what we wanted. I think everybody really enjoyed it. Absolutely the type of event we were looking to do. Very happy with it.
Oh,
It does. That is the one strong thing about PUBG. Like there are so many different dynamics and circumstances, and I don't think it's just PUBG as a whole, but like the general battle royale scenario, being able to throw players into a map and just let them loose on one another, like it can kick up so many different circumstances, so many different things, and you're tracking all the points and stuff. I mean, myself, I'm very intrigued to see who's won this all. Because we've been going so fast, it's hard to keep consistency and make a note of all where players are going to be aligned. You know, in the top 50, we know that the point system works from the top 50 onwards. I suppose as well, everyone who's watching at home within the Discord and within their respective guilds and such, like there's quite a lot on the line here, and tensions are going to be, it's intriguing to see who's going to take this whole thing home.
And Becker, correct us if we're wrong, but regardless of placement, people are going to walk away with something. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Obviously,
everybody gets an NFT, but again, the rarity is determined by their placement. I mean, the lowest item on the original S1 is still worth like $5,000. So,
which is not bad for a day playing PUBG.
Yeah, no.
That is pretty
it's
great.
Still good. It's still good. Everybody walks away with something.
And it's
Happy
important to
with.
note.
Yeah.
It's important to note that these 100 players fought their way through a few thousand other players yesterday in our offline qualifiers, and so they've certainly earned their weight in NFTs. And we're tallying up. We're tallying up to see who the champion is, and it's been such a great time, Sims. Passing alongside of you, the different action, getting Becker's backseat commentary, which at times was the most flavorful thing that we had coming down the pipe, and we've seen big plays. We've
guys,
had our memes, had our fun. That's been a great day of PUBG.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been nice to get back on the mic. To be honest with you, it's been a hot minute since I've done anything like this. We're taking a look at all the admins in the back, are just going through all the score lines so we can make sure that we know exactly who's going to be coming out on top when all this is said and done. But ultimately, yeah, there's so many different things that are going to be within this. There are elements of RNG, and that's why we play a more broader and more, it's not just a one and done scenario, best of one and have done with it. You've got more there. I suppose my only real final question before we go through the winners while the admins are doing all their work to make sure everything's in the back. I'll kind of pass this one back to Alex a little bit. Like these items and such, Alex, what's the... They'll get all their items now. We've obviously had the first one with the crab games previously. They'll get their items now from this event. What's the next stage for those items, and what's the next stage after this event?
Yep, in 2 weeks we're going to be having the next event, and that's where people are going to be getting their land. And so then the S2s will combine their identity codes, their item codes, and their land codes. I know it sounds like I'm speaking witchcraft right now. They'll combine those all together, and that will make their NFT, which you can actually see right below this video. That's the final outcome of the S1s on right below the Twitch channel. That also being said, the rarity of them also determines a lot of things like what they get in future drops from Neo Tokyo and future things I'm not really going to mention yet. It's kind of a whole mystery of what things result in what. And the outcomes of having the rarer top NFTs. But for example, the elites or the top 500 NFTs in the original Neo Tokyo drop, they have a lot of benefits versus the other. Yeah.
Well, we are prepared to give you guys a champion. Mr. Becker, sir, would you like to do the honors? It's been amazing getting to see these players go back and forth from the points of the kills to the final victors at the end of the match. I think we certainly saw some of the more experienced players come out on top at the end of these games, but we saw some newer PUBG players get their licks, some close quarter shotgun combat, some weird camping. We had it all.
We did, and as you mentioned, I think the points are already in the back, so I think it's only fair to let Alex announce the winners.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, grand champion. I'm just gonna butcher all these names.
100 G's.
Encounter 2003. There you go. Yeah, you get the rarest NFT. Whoever you are.
There it is. Our game one champion.
Like that's
NT
Vidar's.
Outer, you have
guild.
won. Congratulations. We saw a lot of love for him in the chat, Alex, and so he's certainly already well loved with inside of your community. So it just makes sense that you'd see him come out on top. Great job, Alex.
Cool.
Break it down for us. What does NT Outer and the community have to look forward to?
Yeah, so basically, guys, I think that basically wraps up the tournament. Very exciting. We're going to be distributing. We're going to be ranking up everybody based on how they position all the 3,000 players from yesterday, everybody in these tournaments. We're going to be ranking up and determining everybody's position. And then on Monday, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking all the rankings, putting it in order, and you will be able to pick up your items based on where you place that. It'll be based on your identity, not your wallet. So you have to be holding your identity number, and it will match up in sync with that. That being said, guys, we have another tournament coming up here in 2 weeks. I'm not sure the game will be playing, but it will be equally as interesting. And that also being said, I think that basically sums everything up for today. I think we had a pretty damn good tournament this time, a little bit more structured than last time. And, Sim, John, do you guys have anything to add?
Me personally, just thank you for having us here. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. Guys. It's been nice to, me personally, I'm within NFTs, so it's actually nice to kind of see that crossover of gaming and NFTs on this kind of come together, so to speak, on a different platform. So, love it, love the project, love what's going on. It's onwards and upwards, let's say.
Yeah, very cool. And also, big thanks to Twitch again, putting us on the front page.
Twitch.
First NFT tournament ever in the history of NFTs when it comes to games. So big ups to Twitch for helping us with that. Thank you to all of our sponsors as well from last time. That being said, guys, I think this one's a wrap. Thank you for watching, everybody. Mega appreciation to everybody who was involved, all of our players, talent, people running this in the back end. I got nothing else to say. I'll see you guys next time.
Soon
Well, that is a wrap on this tournament until the next one. So thanks again for tuning in. Pretty eventful NT Outer, I guess. I think that is Vidar's guild, which is like I forget how to pronounce his guild or the name for it. It's like some like Greek name or something. I can't remember. Like some, I don't know. Anyways, I think his guild technically won the tournament based on points, the NT Outer guy. So yeah, that guy NT Outer 2033. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And Neo Tokyo, like I said, is a NFT project, the first NFT project to stream and be on the front page of Twitch and hold a tournament with some big time names inside of Neo Tokyo. The S1 Neo Tokyo citizens, which includes like the Doge Pound founder, FaZe Banks, and many others. CoinGame CEO, CDeFi, Virtua Poker, I believe, CEO, many others inside Neo Tokyo. So the metaverse builders. For those of you guys that were wondering what Neo Tokyo was, Black Magic, I saw you ask that question, so that hopefully that answers somewhat of your question there. Where we hold Neo Tokyo is obviously holding this tournament to determine who gets what NFTs and the rarity. So based on this tournament and the top 25 to 10 players, like the top 10 players that placed basically get the most rare NFTs in this next NFT drop from Neo Tokyo. So this is a cool way to integrate NFT drops and things like that without having to do some kind of crazy whitelist and crazy grind in Discord. This is just a much better and fun way to do it. And so yeah, a lot of pro players showed out and battled for the top NFTs. But yeah, with that being said, that is it. That's all I got for the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit that sub and bell notification so you don't miss any more future streams. And that's all I got. Thanks once again for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and roll those in credits. All right. Be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see you guys in the next one and at the blockchain. Peace.